This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
This episode is brought to you by ExpressVPN.
Ooh, very exciting.
Very exciting.
Red hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday. With me, as always, is my co-host Nick Mason. Quarantine.
Hello.
Hello.
We are still in quarantine. You know what's interesting is that, you know, on YouTube now, there's so many of these playlists that it's 10 hours of ambient music for studying
that's
or whatever.
right.
I clicked on one and I'm like, this is interesting. And it's like 10 hours of smooth, cool jazz and it's raining outside and you're in a cafe. And I clicked over on it and I'm like, this is cool, smooth jazz in a cafe and it's raining. And I'm like, probably shouldn't be in here for 8 hours. I'm feeling quite uncomfortable. I felt this genuine thing of like, I shouldn't be in here and I'm not buying anything. They're going to be upset with me.
You're just using the Wi-Fi, you're charging your laptop.
I mean,
you're working on your screenplay.
I guess I'm working on my screenplay. To the credit of the people who built it, it was just like an empty cafe. There's no like barista at the counter. But I kept feeling like they were going to come out from the back. They're out the back getting oat milk or something like that. And then they're going to be out here and be like, dude, are you going to buy something? And I'll be like, I have to leave. I have to go out in the rain now. Anyway, I'm not going mad.
You know,
which
well,
I
that's
think is
good.
important.
That's really great to hear.
Yeah. Are you going mad?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Great. Maybe I should go mad.
Yeah, go mad. It's good. It's good fun.
Nice.
As I mentioned on Suggestible, we're having embroiled in a battle with a peanut company internationally.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it seems to be more one-sided than anything else. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Because they're huddled in fear.
They're huddled in fear because they know that.
Now, for people who are not up to date on this, so the Planters peanut, they're a company that sell peanuts, and I assume other nuts. I don't know. I mean, a peanut's not really a nut, is it? It's a legume.
It's a legume.
But anyway, they used to have a mascot called Mr. Peanut.
Yes.
He died.
Yep.
And he was replaced by a cuter mascot called Baby Peanut.
Around the time that Kobe Bryant died. And people are like, oh, boo.
What are the odds a celebrity would die?
Yes.
Around the time we're making this fake persona die.
Yeah.
Anyway, now the baby's all grown up or something.
It's 21.
And you're like, I hate this.
Yeah. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I hate how he's like 5'7" on his card.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because he's taller than you now.
No, he's not taller than me. But he's a peanut.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any sense.
So that's just a monstrous peanut.
Yeah.
How could you even eat that peanut?
You couldn't. That's his plan.
You'd have to attack him with sledgehammers.
Yeah.
Here's a new hashtag, attack Mr. Peanut with sledgehammers.
But you got to block him first.
Yeah, I think
also, look, I say me. I thank everybody who's got involved in this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's just a nice reprieve from all the really horrible things that are going on. You know what I mean? This kind of
look. I haven't blocked him yet because I'm hoping for some sort of free peanut sponsorship of some kind.
Oh, I see what's going on.
I mean,
here.
not peanuts, obviously, but maybe cashews.
Cashews, yeah. A lot of people made that point. Cashews are better, and they are.
Yeah,
generally.
Yeah,
I don't disagree with that. Okay, Mason, it's
unless it's a chocolate covered peanut.
That's pretty good too.
I say,
but that's not what they do.
No, kill Mr. Peanut by drowning him in chocolate. Hashtag. There's a hashtag there.
5'7" peanut.
As if.
Drowned in chocolate like Augustus Gloop. Yeah,
that's right.
I think a cashew covered in chocolate. I don't feel like that would be good.
No, you've got us, Planters.
But for this product,
we surrender. Just kidding. I won't surrender.
Nuts.
Okay.
So yeah, a big show this week. We're going to be talking about the DC FanDome lineup. Mm-hmm. There's a new Star Wars holiday special. Bad news for Avatar. We're going to talk about the Bill and Ted's movies.
Why are those two connected? There's a new Star Wars holiday special, and that's bad news for Avatar.
It certainly is.
Because people will watch that 100 times.
Yeah, they can feel the competition breathing down their neck. The Bill and Ted's movies, and I want to talk a little bit about Project Power.
Okay.
Which I watched, but you did not watch.
Well, I'm going to talk about a different movie that I watched.
And that's good. We can talk about all these different things. Time code's in the description. Let's kick off with DC FanDome, though, Mason. Mm-hmm. We've got more of an official lineup. So these are the big panels that I'm kind of interested in. Let me give you
this is online only. This is all online.
All online, 24-hour period. Big episode next week. We're going to be covering a bunch of videos as well, probably. But we've got the Wonder Woman 1984 panel. We've got the Warner Brothers Games Montreal panel for their announcement for their probable Batman game.
This isn't the other game announcement that we got last week, but we're getting more of this
Different
week.
Game
announcement. Different game. Okay, right.
I'm hoping that one's sooner rather than later, like this year. Like they're like, and surprise, it's out in October.
That would be nice. That happens sometimes.
It happens sometimes because I hate it when they're like, you know, that game that you love. 5 years.
Postponed. I got a little ad for in Instagram. I got this ad for like a local department store in Australia, and it's like Cyberpunk 2077. I'm like, I said, can it be? And I clicked and it's like end of the year. Pre-order now. I won't.
Don't do it.
I'm not going to.
Don't do it. What else we got here? So there's like obviously TV panels. There's Flash. There's Superman and Lois. Those kinds of situations. We've also got the Suicide Squad panel.
Yes.
We've also got the Snyder Cut of Justice League panel.
Oh.
We've also got the Black Adam panel, which I'm interested to see. Have they secretly filmed a little promo for that maybe? I don't know.
Could be.
Like in The Rock's gym in front of a green screen?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just sweating and he's wearing a tank top and there's a lot of clanking of weights behind him.
There's
that's people building the pyramids, I think. That's what that is in ancient times. It's what it's not. It's not bros.
He shouldn't even have to be lifting weights, you know what I mean?
Because they fixed it in post.
Well, no, because the Shazam, like...
Okay, what if it's green screen at his gym and he's just wearing a full-body green...
Yes, fine, perfect.
Yeah,
just
green
his head
morph suit.
exposed.
Yeah,
Perfect.
just his face.
There's a Shazam panel. There's a Superman Man of Tomorrow panel, which is the new animated movie, which seems to be kicking off a new era. The Suicide Squad killed the Justice League.
There we go. That's the big
exciting.
reveal. That's the bigger reveal for me.
It's not just shooting Superman; it's killing all the Justice League, which sounds fun. I think did I mention the James Gunn one? James Gunn Suicide Squad panel as
You
well?
did, yes.
Okay,
yes.
and of course the Batman. I don't know if you saw like the clickbait headlines that were going around this week that everyone was doing big dunks on. You know, kids do big dunks on things.
Yeah. Cool kids.
I'm doing
cool
a big
kids do
dunk
big dunks.
motion.
Yeah.
They were like, it's going to explore the darker side of Batman's personality. And people are like,
Yep.
yeah, we
Cool.
know.
Nice.
Great stuff. But no,
You'd have to be pretty messed up to be a man dressed up as a bat.
I'll tell you
Well,
what.
I mean, everybody dresses up in that universe.
everybody's doing it and loving it.
Yeah,
Everyone's loving
so,
it. It's
you
not
know.
unusual. You'd see it and you'd go like, yeah,
You get it. It's pretty normal.
yeah.
You know?
Regular day stuff.
Mm.
So
I call them the normal league.
yeah, that's right.
The normal league of regular Joes.
There's like 8 things here, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm not
And a
saying they're all-
couple you're not looking forward to.
definitely. I mean, the Flash I don't watch anymore.
He
but
might have a slightly different costume this year.
he's still out there. And
Look,
I
I've got
appreciate that.
I've got an admission to make, James. Every year they're like, "Oh my god, Barry's got a new costume for the Flash," and I'm like, well, "What's different about it? I can't tell."
I think I remember season 1 to 2. There was quite a lot of change. They kind of it was more. There was there was something about that season 1 that was very kind of proto.
And then like there's one quite a recent one. They're like, he's got the classic Flash costume in the ring.
oh yeah,
You know,
okay.
and, it's from the future, and I'm like, okay, I notice a slight difference there. But
yeah, because it's in a ring.
yeah.
You notice
That's
it.
mainly, yeah.
Ollie, stop barking at our neighbour. He hates you, and he probably hates me.
Oh, he definitely hates you, James.
Yeah, he hates me so much.
Ollie, the neighbour hates James more. Don't even worry about it. But to be fair, your neighbour shouldn't be out there
In his yard.
in his own yard
That's
doing
what I
gardening
told
or
him.
whatever.
That's what I told him.
Yeah,
He yelled
yeah,
over
yeah.
the fence. I'm like, mate, I don't know what to tell you.
What do you? Come on, mate.
I hope he can't hear any of this.
So he's listening to the live stream. So no, he can't. He's got the bloody.
He's firing up the lawnmower.
Firing up the lawnmower.
This means war, Mason.
firing up
How
the
dare
lawn.
he?
He's firing up the lawno, as we call it.
How dare he mow his lawn in the middle of the day on the weekend?
If that Zach Braff styled podcast related show was still on the air and hadn't
not.
been cancelled possibly 10 years ago, that'd certainly be a plot line, wouldn't
What
it?
was that show called? Henry's Podcast or
It
something?
was Project Alex or something,
Yeah.
or like the Peter podcast.
the
What was
Peter
it?
Podcast.
The Peter podcast. I reckon it was called like Project something.
Yeah, I'll find out.
Thank you.
No one cares.
We care.
You just get you just get results for his new
The
Scrubs one.
doctors, podcast.
It was called. No, it's still. I'm googling more
Doesn't
things. It's the
exist.
same thing.
You know why?
Alex Inc.
There we go. It's
Yeah.
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 Like I said, Project Podcast Pals.
That's right, based on Gimlet or whatever. And he's like, "How am I going to make podcasts a living?" And his wife's like, "I don't know if we can."
But you'd certainly be the first person to ever do that besides everybody else who's done it already. And that's why the podcasts have a certain popularity, which is why we can make this show.
But it's very underground.
It's
though,
very
isn't it?
so underground.
I mean, Joe Rogan just got $100 million, but it's very underground. He's Oprah, but it's a very underground.
yeah. Imagine what we could do with just 90% of that money. You know?
How much would that be, though?
I don't know, but it'd be enough.
Every time we make a joke like that, somebody emails it with the exact amount.
Yep.
We can do math.
I can't.
It's
I appreciate the help. I think people should email in.
My math is definitely worse, though, from
Yeah.
quitting teaching. My
Yeah.
mental arithmetic is just gone. Anyway.
Because that's the only environment you ever need it.
Exactly.
Because we have calculators.
Because you had that argument, the teacher's like, "You're not going to have a calculator in your pocket all the time, are you?" I got a device that looks up literally anything.
Yeah. And also, even before the advent of smartphones, I did have a calculator in my pocket at all times. At a TI-82.
As big as a human foot.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, so Star Wars news. Star Wars Holiday
We're not going to
Special.
talk more fandom stuff.
Oh, yeah, what do you need to know? Next week, it's all that all the
No,
time.
but I know. Well, that's true. But I'm just very curious about Kill the Justice League.
Oh, yeah, right.
Because here's the thing: is it set in a parallel universe in which they do, in fact, I mean, it is set in a parallel universe.
Yeah, sure.
But is it set in a
these
universe?
2 hours you're talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah, exactly. It's not real, but I mean, it's parallel. It's probably parallel to the Arkham games. It'd be parallel to the comic book and movie versions. So is it a universe in which we will actually get to kill the Justice League, or is it like a kind of Wile E. Coyote situation where they always get away every single time?
They run through a painted-on tunnel.
Exactly,
You're like,
that's true.
Ooh, what?
Bane runs into that tunnel. He's like, oh,
Superman's eating birdseed at super speed.
this fake tunnel is my reckoning. You know,
Yeah, I get
that
you.
vibe. Yeah, I mean, or does every level end with one of the Suicide Squad being defeated by the Justice League member they're trying to kill, and then going to jail and having their head exploded?
Oh, boo.
Yeah, right?
No, I want to shoot him with sniper rifles.
Right, but I mean,
Shoot one of the Flash's legs off.
But that's kind of fascinating. That
I think they go rogue. I think something happens. They get some kind of.
Oh,
it's either
yeah,
from
yeah.
another dimension or like an evil virus or something.
Yeah, because you would think that it would be Warner Brothers would not be happy with the Suicide Squad actually killing members of the good Justice League. You know,
I think it'd be okay because I think we mentioned this last week. Injustice,
Yeah, that's
different
true.
universe, and you're
yeah,
like,
but they're all kind of morally in a grey area kind of thing.
yeah, okay, fair
How
enough.
about this Justice League? Chuck them in the Phantom Zone.
Whoa,
That's
that's not fun.
You chuck them right in the Phantom Zone.
You're dunking them in.
You're
doing
dunking
big
them in the
dunks?
Phantom Zone. Yeah,
Big
yeah.
dunks, Mason.
Big dunks, yes.
Do you like my dunking action?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like it would really work, does it? My arm's too loose.
Yeah, he'd just be dropping it, I think.
Yeah, exactly. What an era. Yeah, that one's going to be big for me. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
And because when I was, as we mentioned last week, when I'm like, Suicide Squad game, I've got a baseball bat in the street or whatever, who cares?
Uh-huh.
But now it's like the Justice League. I'm like, awesome. That sounds great. You can't play as the Justice League. I'll shoot them with sniper rifles. That's fine.
It's cool.
Yeah. Star Wars news, Mason.
I'm ready.
Star Wars Holiday Special news.
Okay.
They're making a Lego Holiday Special that's going to be out this November. It's set after the events of Tross, your favorite movie.
Okay, so it's definitely set after the events of the original holiday special.
Yes, well and truly. It features Rey, Finn, Poe Dameron, Rose Tico. Oh my God, she's back from the dead. Chewbacca, because she died. Remember, she died in at the end of Tross. Do you remember?
Who did?
Rose Tico.
No, she didn't.
No, that's right.
You son of a bitch. I know.
You remember that movie.
I mean, she technically died.
She technically died.
She died in the hearts and minds of the screenwriters.
Exactly. So it's about Rey and her droid pal BB-8 head off on a quest to gain a deeper knowledge of the Force. So they visit a mysterious Jedi temple and it sends them careening through time and space. Rey interacts with Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Yoda, and other characters. So that sounds like a fun little jaunt.
Ooh, and who are the sound-alikes that are playing the characters?
I reckon
Yes.
that they recorded this before they all ran off forever.
Okay, right.
I might be
Okay,
wrong.
yeah.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know what they do because my kid watches the Lego Star Wars stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Is there a lot of Lego Star Wars?
Yeah, there's quite a
currently?
bit. There's not as much as like some other things.
So is this the same universe as the other Lego Star
I think
Wars
they're all
things?
connected,
Okay.
maybe. I don't know. It's like a weird, wacky parallel
Through a Lego Tree of Time.
through a Lego Tree of Time or whatever dimension thing. So yeah, but no, good.
Okay.
So I mean, whatever. I guess I think
That's
it's
interesting. I would have thought that they would, all the main, new trilogy Star Wars actors have, gone on to say, I'll never do this again unless I need a new house or whatever. I would have thought at least one of them would say, well, okay, there's one more thing coming out after this that we've already done.
Probably don't remember. They're recording video games.
Yeah,
and all
maybe.
sorts
That's
of
probably
dialogue.
true. It could be made up of just like blooper footage.
Exactly.
Like blooper audio and offcuts and...
Well, because these things are recorded well in advance normally and then animated. And also there is a new Skywalker Saga Lego game coming out this year,
Oh.
which is all 9 films.
Okay.
So they probably just did it then.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Just when they had them in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Rad. Anyway, you excited for that thing?
Say, hey guys, unrelated to what we're filming right now, could you say, I'm made of Lego? Fallen to bits.
I'm okay though.
I'm fine though. I can't die because I'm made of Lego. Could you say that?
Yeah.
It's a Jedi thing. You can-
Say it's a Jedi thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Perfect. So there you go, Star Wars news. But here's some bad news, I feel. But it might turn out to be okay news in the end. Avatar.
Jones, you're all over the place here. What are you?
Well, it just depends a matter of perspective and how time plays out over a series of weeks and months and years.
Oh, it continues moving forward.
That's right.
Yep.
I mean, hopefully. So Avatar: The Last Airbender, you probably know this, but they're currently they're adapting it for the live screen adaptation.
Oh,
for
is that the
Netflix.
Avatar you're talking about?
That's the Avatar.
I thought you were talking about James Cameron's Avatar.
What did you think I've been before the show when I mentioned it?
Yes.
Oh, what did I say to you that made you think that?
Avatar.
That's probably
the only Avatar I ever think about.
Yeah, well,
I think about it all the
this one's
time.
better. So
I'm always watching my YouTube live stream, 10 hours, lo-fi jazz music
yes,
on the planet where Avatar is set.
and you're worried that they're going to come up and
Yeah, make me buy something.
make you, but you don't want any of that.
some like a beaded necklace or something like that. And I'm like, no, please, no. No, thank you. No, thank you.
So the original creators,
I have US dollars. Is that okay? Okay.
the original creators of this, they have left the series with this statement. Many of you-
Pandora, that's the name of the
That's the name of the planet and the bracelet. Many of you have been asking for me about updates about Avatar's live-action Netflix series. So this is an open letter on their website. Said, I can finally tell you that I'm no longer involved with the project. In June of last year, after 2 years of development, me and Brian, we made the difficult decision to leave production. Unfortunately, things didn't go as hoped. And they said, who knows? Netflix's live action adaptation of Avatar has the potential to be good. It might turn out to be the show that many of you end up enjoying, but what I can say for certain is about whatever version ends up on screen, it will not be what Brian and I had envisioned or intended to make.
Interesting.
So as someone who recently watched the entire series of Avatar: The Last Airbender, I'm like, oh, boo. I mean,
As the most recent
you
convert to The
catch
Last
me like
Airbender.
3 weeks ago and I'm like, all right.
Of course. But now you're like, the true fans.
Exactly.
We demand a true adaptation.
And I think there is something to be said for these guys have never done live action before. Netflix have a good track record with television.
That's
Movies
true.
maybe not as much. But that is not great news, I feel, because apparently also they all their ideas were rejected for that horrible movie and it turned out horribly.
Oh, so they can. So the people who made that live action movie were like, "Hey, creators of Avatar, what do you give us some ideas?" And
Yes.
they're like, "Here's maybe just do some stuff from the TV series." And they're like, "Nope,
Bad. We're going to do bad things.
bad things."
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I think, there is the very real possibility that it still will turn out well, but it is a bit disheartening to hear that like the original creative voices are gone.
Yeah.
But also, I had another thing to say, and I'm padding for time.
Was
I'm
it
just trying to-
as you being the biggest fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the cartoon?
Yes.
Do you think there needs to be a live action version?
Well, that's
of it?
the other thing. Not necessarily, no. Well, that's right. There's rumors that it was budget related.
Okay.
Because they wanted a bigger budget. Because
Okay.
if you've seen that show, it's quite expansive and there's mythical creatures.
I
and
haven't,
monsters
but
and
have we
magic.
mentioned this on the show?
What's that?
That what we're going to do with Avatar?
Oh, yeah,
Like
I think we did.
We're
Yeah.
going to do a caravan of garbage.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I'm holding off watching the animated series, the only good element of this mythos apparently, so I can watch the terrible movie, which I
Yes.
also haven't seen, and then we're
Yes.
going to compare and contrast.
We're going to bring them all together in one epic trilogy.
Great.
Yes, but great. But and the other thing is apparently this is a rumor that they'll argue about cast because it's a mostly Asian setting.
Yeah,
and
right,
No, it is. It's like and I think the airbenders in it are Tibetan and there's parts of different. I mean, it's fictional, but it's
Yeah, right.
It represents different cultures and a blending of. And apparently they wanted to use a lot of white actors and they were like, well, no, we want to keep it, truer to what it would be if it was
Yeah,
real or
right, of
whatever.
course.
So,
Yeah.
but again, that's just a rumor. But I don't know. It's not good news.
No, absolutely.
But we'll see. And that's because time goes on.
maybe,
et cetera.
yeah, and maybe one day I'll have an opinion either way.
Yeah.
Because I've watched, maybe next week I'll have watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, the movie, and I'll be like, let it all burn, But I'm
Also,
going to keep an open mind.
yeah, definitely. Also, apparently they cancelled the next season of Avatar: The Last Airbender to make that movie. They're like, no, we're going to shift focus onto this live action series. And it's
no,
like,
wow.
oh, boo. It still wraps up super well.
Okay, right.
But there's stuff, because I've been reading the comics that are set after, which were by the same creators. I'm like, oh, this would have been good to.
Oh, there's like a
this.
season 4
Yeah.
comic. Okay, right.
Yeah. Anyway, do you love people earning a lot of money?
Avatar, the Avatar guy finally puts on his Avatar costume in the Avatar season 4 comic book.
It's time for Avatar, he says.
That's right. And because at the end, if you recall, the end of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the TV series, he goes to put on the Avatar suit. He's working at the Daily Planet. I'm just talking about Smallville.
That's what, yes. But Smallville wrapped up
But he
okay.
flies away.
He flies
you just see
away.
it from a distance, and you're like, is he wearing the Avatar suit?
He's just painting the big arrow onto his head. Do you know about the big arrow?
Is his name Aang? Is that
Name's
who-
Aang, yeah. He's got a big blue arrow on his head. I think it's a tattoo.
So he's not born with that.
No, I don't believe so.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Highest paid actors. Do you love people in big dollars?
Why is this coming up all of a sudden? You're just interested?
Mason, I'm all about big dollars.
Okay,
what are you
right.
about?
Yeah, big dollars.
I'm
now
all
that I
about
think
the
about it.
game, hustling for the game.
Oh yeah.
Are you about that?
Yeah, I'm hustling for that game. Yeah.
Go big or go home. You know what I mean?
That's right.
All in or don't get all in. Wake up at 4 a.m. Get up earlier than Mark Wahlberg or you'll never succeed.
Okay, I mean, sometimes I wake up at 4 a.m., but it's just to pee. Then I
That's
go
pretty
back to
good.
bed. It's pretty good.
Do you do some crunches
Yeah, I do crunches. Yeah, exactly.
as you pee?
Yes.
Great. Terrific. This is the list of the top 10 highest paid actors in 2019, I think.
Okay, great.
Uh,
Because this year it'd just be Vin Diesel Bloodshot.
That's right. And his video game. I bought it. Is that Fast and Furious game? I bought it. It cost me like $80. And I'm like, why did I buy this? Well, I bought. Yeah. Apparently it's awful. But what I wanted to do.
Slightly Mad Studios.
I know. What I wanted to do, but I'm not going to have time, is review it like a movie.
Okay.
And so I bought it and then I
Yes.
put it in my DVD player and it doesn't work. So then I have to go to the PlayStation store and buy it. It's like $100. And I would do that as part of the video. And then be like, why doesn't this work properly? It's like there's only one fixed camera angle for all of these,
I see, right.
action
I get it.
sequences.
Yeah, I get
what
it.
has Vin Diesel had work done? He looks really weird. I'm like, is this worth doing a 15-minute video on this dumb joke? So I'm probably not going to do it, but I still
right.
bought it because I was interested.
Well, I mean, it's got some true American muscle cars being pursued by a hovercraft, so that's pretty good.
It's got stealth mechanics, so you got to stealth follow people.
In a car.
Yes, and apparently it's got a lot of like.
So you crouch.
You crouch.
You get the car to crouch.
Yeah.
You push that lever and it lowers.
Yeah.
And then you're in stealth
Oh, it's
mode.
a fake car. It's a fake cardboard car, and you're creeping along like Snake from Metal Gear Solid.
And it's got a knife attached to the front. And then you sneak up and then you push the lever and your car springs up and then you slice their throat.
That's right, of another car.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a lot of like driving sections where they just talk to each other, where they're like, "What happened to Brian? I don't know. He died in real life." Yeah. So
Wow, that's so meta.
yeah, but it's got like Vin Diesel's in it, Michelle Rodriguez is in it, Tyrese Gibson is in it.
I know, 'cause they're on the cover.
Yeah. No, I mean like the voices.
Yeah, right.
It's canon.
Oh, it's canon.
It's set after the last movie, and I love arcade races, but apparently it's not a good one. I still want to play it.
Wow.
But I've been playing Fall Guys, which has been fun.
Great. Good
Anyway,
stuff.
highest paid actors.
That's James's video game updates.
I bought a game
Created by Codemasters.
That's right.
Remember Dizzy?
No.
He was a fun-loving egg.
I do remember Dizzy. They've made some good games, these guys, but it just seems like a rushed
Oh, yeah, right.
thing. Jackie Chan earned $40 million. Adam
What did you do this year?
last
Rush Hour
year,
4?
Vanguard and Goodnight Beijing.
Okay.
Adam Sandler, Murder Mystery, Uncut Gems, $41 million. A lot of Netflix money in here, by the way.
Yeah.
That's where this money's coming from. Will Smith, $44.5 million.
Hancock too.
That's right. Lin-Manuel.
Two hands, two cocks. Back in the habit. What's the habit? We'll never tell.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, $45.5 million. Hamilton. He sold Hamilton, remember?
Oh, yeah, right. That'll happen.
That's right. Akshay Kumar, I've said that wrong, but he's a Bollywood actor, $48.5 million. Also, this takes into account like brand endorsements and things like that as well.
Oh, I
should point
see.
out.
Right.
Vin Diesel, $54 million.
Bloodshot.
My goodness. Big D&D fan, isn't he? Do you reckon he's got some D&D kickback?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe he's in Baldur's Gate 3 or whatever it is.
That's right. Ben Affleck, $55 million. Wow. Mark Wahlberg.
That's just the account and action figures.
That's right. This is right. So he did Spencer Confidential, a movie you loved.
No, it's bad.
McMillions, the McDonald's TV series where they're like, let's steal McDonald's.
Is he in that?
No, he produced it.
Ah, okay.
And Wall Street, WAHL. I don't know what that is.
Probably the sequel to Wahlburgers.
Probably, yeah. $58 million.
He buys a street and he's got to revamp the street, the whole street.
Cool.
Yeah, cool, right?
Ryan
I'm
Reynolds.
sweeping this street. I'm sweeping it. Sweeping the street.
Ryan Reynolds is doing $71.5 million. That's so 6 Underground, obviously, which is awful.
Mm-hmm, great, terrific.
And Red Notice, which is his movie with The Rock, which is coming out for Netflix.
Oh, they're good. They're still good buddies.
They're still good buddies. They're probably joshing each other about different tequila brands on Instagram.
Yeah, probably.
Or
Did
whatever.
we talk about Mint Mobile?
What's Mint Mobile?
Mint Mobile is Ryan Reynolds' streaming service, and it only plays his 2003 movie Foolproof. It's real. You can get it.
How much is it?
I don't know. I think it's free.
And Dwayne The Rock Johnson comes in at the top with $87.5 million.
It's big dollars.
Big dollars for a big man.
We're giving big hollers to big dollars. It's our new segment. We just say how much money people made and then we applaud it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then maybe one of them hears it and they give us $1 million.
That's how it works, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how we
That's
hope-
why I'm always defending Elon Musk on
right,
online,
exactly
because
right.
I know eventually he's going to give me a car.
He's not a big dumb goon. He's a
I think
great
he's
guy.
great.
Great guy.
I think he's great.
Great guy.
He's got great ideas.
Self-made billionaire.
I don't think he's a fuckwit. I don't think that.
Didn't inherit money from apartheid mining.
Doesn't call people a pedophile unnecessarily.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Good on him. Hollers
Yeah.
for dollars, baby.
But where would the space program be without him? Yeah, we know. Yeah, he's great. That's what we're saying.
We're all going to cram into that spaceship to Mars and then work in his space mines on Mars. Sounds cool.
He doesn't like government handouts, despite getting them himself. And
$5
that's
billion,
cool.
$5
That's
billion
great.
dollars. It's fine. Lower that minimum wage, I say.
Woo!
Elon Musk. Anyway,
We're big fans.
Big fans
People
of
think
him.
we're being ironic.
no,
But
but we're not. We love him. We love him. Every time we clap, your dog jumps up on me and sticks her claws in, which I think is
Which is a big
appropriate.
fan.
Of Elon Musk. We're being serious, dog.
You know his full name is actually elongated muskrat. Did you know that?
That's incredible.
Did you know
That's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
You can see why he changed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too many weird vowels in his South African.
That's right. Right. That's enough elongated muskrat news. We need to move on.
Okay.
Because this is exciting news for you.
Oh, I can't wait.
Tron 3.
Oh, good, great,
Moving
good.
ahead.
Oh my God, that's such good news, and my mood is I'm elated. My mood is high and will never be lowered today for any reason.
Garth Davis is directing. He directed Lion in 2016.
Oh
Have you
yeah,
seen that
that's a
movie?
good one. Yeah,
Great movie.
that's how it's my mood it's ever elevating, James. I'm having a great time.
The star of this, which they've mentioned.
Oh,
is
big man Garrett
revealed
Hedlund,
that-
he's coming back.
No, Mason.
Here we go.
No,
we
he
go.
Taylor Kitsched it.
Oh my God, but he's
They threw him out. The Taylor Kitchen sink. They threw him out with the
with the kitchen sink.
There's a wordplay there somewhere.
I
you know what
liked it.
mean?
Yeah,
I used up all my energy on elongated muskrat. So, Jared Leto's in it.
Oh God damn it! No, I knew that already, but that's
Yeah.
a shame.
So there you go.
But he's a villain. Maybe he's the villain. Maybe that's what this
No,
is
I think
about.
he's the lead, but he's not in the other ones.
No.
No.
Cillian Murphy, he was in the
Cillian
other
Murphy
one.
was in. I think I like Garrett Hedlund. Bring him back.
Yeah.
Bring back Jeffrey Bridges.
Yes.
Bring back Olivia Wilde.
Wilde.
I think they still will.
Yeah.
I think it'll be like a loose sequel in the same way that the second one is a loose
Oh, yeah,
sequel to the
for
first.
sure.
Oh, it's insane to me that they're making this though.
Right?
Why do they keep trying Tron? What are they doing?
There must be somebody at Disney
Yeah.
who still has like some movie making juice and is like, I always liked Tron.
Yeah.
Maybe they were. I reckon there's somebody in the Disney Corporation now who was like a grip on Tron, the
Yeah.
original Tron, or like a gopher or something like that. And
He
now
was the person who used the fluoro highlighter to outline all those costumes on the celluloid.
That's right.
They did the original
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
There was no.
And so ceremoniously, he highlights the crotch of the new one every time. Like it's like a groundbreaking ceremony.
Oh my god, terrific stuff. Bob Iger, you're talking about, yeah?
Yeah, it's Bob Iger, yeah.
great,
Yeah.
terrific stuff. Anyway, Jared Leto released a statement, and he's like, "I'm blessed with what an opportunity to grow up," and it's
They always say that, don't they?
all those things.
I don't think he did.
You didn't say that. No, he did.
No, I think he did say that, but I think he grew up in like just a white room house, nothing in it.
Yeah, just eating all white food. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds about right. Good on him, I guess.
Yeah, good for him.
Ugh. So, yeah, I mean, Tron 3, good.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I like that movie. It'd be good to revisit them for Caravan of Garbage as well. It'd be nice to come back
That's
to them.
true, yeah.
Yeah. That second movie, like, I'm not a huge fan, but big swings, man.
That's what I'm talking
And it
about.
looks
Exactly.
great, and
looks
people
incredible.
talk about the soundtrack, and
Yeah.
some good stuff going on there. Why did they make it, though?
I don't know.
It blows my mind.
But the internet was big then.
It was so big, you couldn't get away from it. Now it's kind of toned down a little. Just kidding,
bit,
it's
yeah.
worse than ever.
Yeah.
It won't stop.
But here's the thing, though. Maybe this one they'll finally put the Troniverse on the internet. Because prior to this, it was not on the internet.
That's right.
It was on a stick,
That's
in a
right.
pinball machine or something.
Yes, that's right. You just slide back a series of circuit boards to
That's right.
walk it. I don't know how it works. How do you get into the Tron room?
You had to put a coin
Oh, yeah,
in an
yeah.
arcade machine.
Yep. And it's
Yes.
the big laser zaps you.
The big laser. Yeah.
Takes you down to little megabytes or whatever. Great stuff. This is via The Hollywood Reporter. Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. It's his Netflix zombie movie. It's
Yes.
coming out. Chris D'Elia, amidst many allegations, which people can look into by themselves, but it's not good stuff,
Oh.
all in all. He's being replaced in that movie with reshoots by an entirely new actor, Tig Notaro.
Tignataro?
Notaro, sorry, yeah. Got that wrong here.
Oh.
Yeah, who's, despite me saying the name wrong,
Yes.
I really like, and she's good in things, and I think...
Oh, so despite your mistake, you still like her.
No, I'm saying because that comes across to people that
You don't care.
I'm not someone who likes her.
No, but she's
and her
very
work,
funny.
But I
yeah.
really like
She's
her.
great, yeah.
And I've just never said her name, I guess. but
Right, yeah, that's true.
but so
Yeah.
yeah, so this kind of smacks of like when they put Christopher Plummer over Kevin Spacey in that All the Money in the World movie. Remember that?
Right. Uh-huh.
So it's a lot of effort to do this, but I don't know. Zack Snyder's clearly in the studio have taken a stand on this for this particular case, and I know Crystal Lee has lost a bunch of like Netflix specials and whatever, and from all of this. So look, maybe it's cancel culture gone mad.
Yes.
Maybe he is a real creep though. Who's to say?
Who can say?
Who could say? But so I don't know. I think that's a good replacement though. I think she's great. So cool.
If you've never heard it, look up Tig Notaro's Taylor Dane story.
Isn't it Tig Notaro?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, my apologies, everyone.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. But I am looking forward to that movie. I'm also interested to see when they do this how seamless it is. Because if you watch All the Money that Mark Wahlberg is trying to get back in that movie, he inflates and deflates in between scenes.
Oh, really?
He's quite lean.
Yeah.
And then in the reshoots, he's clearly bulking up for something.
Huh.
And then there's some green screen stuff that they work into it. But it's better with Christopher Plummer because he's an actual old man as opposed to the Kevin Spacey with the weird old man makeup. It's not a bad movie.
Well, Kevin Spacey's an old soul, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
By that I mean an awful man.
Yeah, that's what you meant.
Yeah. Maybe a murderer. Who's to say?
Yeah, there was that thing, wasn't
Certainly
there?
implied it, didn't he?
Yeah, there we go. Good stuff. Oh, this is all bad news all the way,
I know.
mate. DC Layoffs.
Oh, yeah, I did see that, yeah.
So a number of executives, including Editor-in-Chief Bob Harris, Senior VP of Publishing and Strategy and Support Services Hank Canalaz, VP of Marketing and Creative Services John Wayland, VP of Global Publishing Initiative and Digital Strategies Bobby Chase, Senior Story Editor Brian Cunningham, and Executive Editor Mark Doyle, who oversaw the Black Label graphic novel. All these people have been let go in addition to roughly 1/3 of DC's editorial ranks. And the majority of the staff of the DC streaming service have also been laid off, which is, again, like, we know it's cancelling. Just say it. Just say it.
Yep.
And also a victim of the layoffs at DC Direct, the company's in-house merchandise and collectibles manufacturer. So huge layoffs at DC.
Yeah,
This isn't like an uncommon thing that's happening.
No.
Like, we know multiple people who have been laid off or currently in fear of being laid off because of the global epidemic.
That's true.
Which you may have read about in all your newspapers.
Mm-hmm.
I
live in my piles of newspapers.
That's right, exactly. It's sheltered you from the wind, doesn't it?
That's exactly right.
But yeah, I guess because it's it's DC and this is podcast.
This is our whole thing. But also it seems it's very unfortunate or suspicious timing depending on who you ask because they're like, DC FanDome, look at all this stuff we're producing. Oh my God. Quietly, we're firing everyone.
That's right. Exactly.
Surprise.
And I guess they wanted to do it before FanDome and then bury it as well.
Yeah, maybe.
By the next week it'll be like, don't worry about it.
Look at this Justice League. Yeah.
And look, I understand.
You can kill the Justice League.
That's right. I understand like why these things happen.
Yeah, right.
I totally get it. But it's often is the case, and I don't know whether it's the case here, but some CEOs and that don't take pay cuts and they just fire a bunch of people.
Well, yeah, and it's look, and I don't want look, I can't. I don't know anything about
happens in video games all the time.
Yeah. Look, I don't know anything about the state of Warner Media, but there are a lot of places that are going out of business because of this crisis that is currently happening. But there also seems to be a lot of businesses who are like, this is a perfect opportunity to fire a bunch of people.
Yeah, absolutely,
and
with zero repercussions.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
So who knows?
Who does know? Anyway, it's never good when people.
No, I mean, in 2018, Warner Media's revenue was $33 billion.
Wow.
So, they're doing all right.
That's quite a lot of revenue.
A lot of dollars for dollars, you know what I mean? Warner Media.
Woo!
They're a monopoly. Here we go. It's good stuff.
Did you see how Apple and Epic Games are going to war, mate?
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah.
Something about Fortnite? I don't know.
And Epic are like, we're standing up for the little man. Shut up, Epic Games. Shut the fuck up. I know what you're about. You're crunch and you underpay people and you're both awful companies.
Good.
I'm not having it.
Yeah, anyway, look, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is here. But look, it seems to – here's the thing though, and it also seems to me – it feels to me very short-sighted in the sense that they're like, we're laying off a lot of people in the comics division because that's okay because we have a separate division that makes movies and animation and video games or whatever. Yeah, but where did the inspiration for all that stuff come from?
Exactly.
The comics division. And if you were gutting the comics division –
where's the new stuff?
And what's happened is
you already used all your storylines in Batman.
We were talking about this the other day.
Yeah.
Like the
was that you I was talking about?
Yeah. That you've essentially exhausted with the most recent movies. So many storylines have been exhausted. Yeah. Because they were just like, hey, just get Batman v Superman. Just get Death of Superman and put in the Dark Knight Returns and put in all this other stuff and put it all in there. Like
cram it down.
some, there's been 80 plus years of DC comic books, but not all of it is suitable for adaptation into movies. A lot of that early stuff, I'm going to say maybe 40 to 50 years of it you couldn't really put on the big screen.
Because it's too
bad.
good.
No, the opposite of that. It's bad. It's bad.
What about the one where Batman is in the desert and he's shirtless and he's got his cowl on, he's got a scimitar.
Oh, no, that's good stuff. Yeah.
Make that happen.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. It was funny because I was like, who was I talking about that? Of course it was you. You're literally the only person I say.
Maybe it was your son.
It might have been.
Hey, listen, there's going to be some layoffs at Watermedia. I just want you to know. But the inspiration comes from the comics. So I think you're
fine.
Okay, you're not paying attention to me. You're playing a Lego game. All right. But yeah, I don't know. Like, if you're going to gut the comic book division, that's where all the because that's where the creativity comes from, and the idea that you have an unlimited budget and you can just produce it,
and you can test the waters of ideas that work. Like, because remember they were like, it's DC Multiverse Battle Madness, and people are like, no, thank you.
Right.
So like they're like, it's the Jokers. There's 10 of them.
Well, we kind of like that. Okay, not bad. That will watch different incarnations of the Joker on at the movies. Sure,
turns
we'll
out
do that.
endlessly. They should do a Joker movie every year.
Oh yes, please.
Yeah, but it's all the same cast and crew.
Okay, and plot.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, you in?
Yeah. So this is like a Hollywood version of the worst idea of all time, the podcast. But instead of rewatching the same movie every year, you make the cast and crew remake the same movie every year and see how long it takes till they go mad.
Terrific.
It's going to cost billions of dollars.
Joaquin Phoenix is every has to do 3 months of just eating an apple and smoking cigarettes.
That's right.
You have to wait. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's this again, speaking of the Hollywood Reporter, they did an interview with Jim Lee, who was the chief creative officer of DC, the comic book division. And he said, we are still in the business of publishing comics. I mean, yeah. But like, what? Yeah, I mean, it's a Zoom call, and it's a lot of paragraphs before it says, okay, hang on. Let's just burn through here. Layoffs, blah, blah, blah. This
Legacy
week,
of company, etc.
This has been a really heavy, difficult time, not just for me, but for the entire organization. We've said goodbye to people that have been huge contributors and who have helped define and make DC what it is today.
Yes.
Yep, that's true. A reorganization that will take the next 2 or 3 months to play out, and while the team is still putting the finishing touches on FanDome, we're still in the business of publishing comics. There is no work being halted. Yes, there will be more Batman. Makes sense.
more than ever.
Until we get sick of Batman, and then there will be
no
and
Batman.
also there'll be a return of Milestone, which is the imprint from it's been around for a while, but it was in the 90s and the 2000s. It's the sort of it's set in the city of Dakota, and it's kind of like a more minority characters.
Okay, cool.
So like more black and Latino and Asian characters and etc.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed. So Static. Do you remember Static?
I remember Static. Yeah.
Not
Static Shock, which
correct,
is the name of the
yes, that's right. Is DC still publishing comics? Absolutely, 100%. It's still the cornerstone of everything we do. Well, that's true. The need for storytelling, updating the mythology is vital to what we do. The organization leans on us to share and establish the meaningful elements of the content that they need to use and incorporate for all their adaptations. Good use of content there. When we think about reaching global audiences and we see comics as helping drive that awareness and that international brand, it's very much part of our future. Good use of awareness and brand. That means that here we go, like 4th or 5th paragraph. That said, we will be reducing the size of the slate. But it's about looking at everything and looking at the bottom 20%, 25% of the line that wasn't breaking even or was losing money. It's about more punch for the pound, so to speak, and increasing the margins of the books that we are doing. It's about aligning the books to the franchise brand content we've developed and making sure that every book we put out for a reason. Yuck. Let me be clear. Yuck. He's not saying that. I'm saying that.
Yeah, no,
Yuck.
I really say you didn't say yuck. Yeah, that's
Because, like, in my opinion, what's the best stuff that's come out recently? Harley Quinn's a good example that DC put out, but also maybe Doom Patrol. Yeah. Which is, again, that never would have come out. Like, that's been...
not a good version of that.
No, that's been a niche thing for years, and they sort of... They put their toe back in the waters like a couple of years ago because they produced an imprint called Young Animal.
Yeah, right.
And they got... I think it was Gerard Way did a little bit of Doom Patrol stuff.
Okay, yeah.
And so if in this environment, I don't think they would trial out Doom Patrol again in a comic book format, which means that the TV series wouldn't exist.
Yeah,
so
I think you're absolutely right. And look, I know their comics division also, it doesn't pay that well. Like doesn't monetarily, it doesn't do that well. Like often also, if you look at like the videos that we do that are comic book focused,
Yes.
a lot of them don't do super well.
Yeah, right.
Because there is more interest in like the other forms of the media. But like you said, one can't exist without the other. This is, it's kind of seems like, I mean, I understand, it kind of seems like a mistake to whittle down the creative
And again,
side of
maybe
things.
it won't be as bad as we think, but
Oh yeah, look, I'm sure that, you know, things won't stop. You know,
No,
what I
that's
mean?
true, yeah,
and
yeah.
maybe they'll get their ideas from like a boardroom or a, you know,
oh, good, great.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like spec scripts or whatever. I don't know, but like there are other places to get ideas, but these things get traction in comics and they become these like cult followings, and then cult followings. You know what I mean? And then the reason we get the death of Superman every day forever is because it happened once in a comic.
That's why we get the origin of Batman and the slow pearls and whatever. Because
exactly.
It's big sad times for everyone. I think. No, we're not applauding that, James. No,
that's you clapping. Stop clapping, Mason.
No, James, I'm not. You liar. James, you liar.
Oh man. Oh well.
Anyway, good stuff.
Great stuff.
But I think I think they're also suggesting that they're going to do more comic books digitally, and then if they're popular, they're going to print them. Seems to be like a way forward.
Okay. Well, I don't buy many print, so that doesn't.
I like print. Though.
I know.
Good.
Yeah, I prefer print, but it's just easier to just.
Here we go. With digital, that's more of a windowing issue, meaning we'll go out there with digital content, and the stuff that performs well in digital also performs well in print.
Yes.
We took that content and reprinted it in physical form, and they're talking about Injustice. We sold hundreds of thousands of units. So we're using that as a model as we go out and do more digital content. We'll take the most successful books and repackage it as physical books.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think that's what they were talking about this week, that Disney are going to scale down their kind of 4K releases. That was the rumor. And then Disney came out and said, we're actually not doing that, but I'd be surprised if they're not.
But that also means that if I want a physical version of a comic book, I have to go out and buy the digital version to ensure that it's popular.
And then get it again.
And then buy it again.
That's right.
Cool.
That's good, Mason.
Or I could just buy the Dark Knight Returns again.
Yeah, just buy
that's
that
what
every
they
day
publish
forever.
that. They just keep publishing that.
You get a hard copy, you get a soft copy, whatever you want, mate.
Anyway, great stuff.
What I love about ExpressVPN, Mason, is it lets you access the internet as if you're from and in a different country from around the world.
Give me an example of how that would work, James.
Well, what you do, you click on your ExpressVPN.
I'm following. This is very simple.
It's easy as that.
Yes, that's
And then
very
you're
easy.
like, what does Netflix have but in other countries? And you pick another country.
yes.
And you could do this for any streaming service, for example. Even like a YouTube, for example. There's certain videos that are region blocked. And you can go, rup-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo.
That sounds easy and fun.
But it's easier than that because it doesn't even make any noises like that. And then you can watch things, thousands of shows and movies and streaming libraries from around the globe. There are hundreds of VPNs out there, but ExpressVPN is ridiculously fast. You can stream everything in HD quality with zero buffering, which is very true. As someone with very questionable internet,
Oh, yeah, that's
it
right.
does not choke my speed at all, which I really appreciate. And it's also available on every device. Phones, laptops, tablets, even your televisual system, TVs.
That's what I watch good stuff on.
That's what you can watch it on. That's right, high def. As said, it works with many streaming services. Netflix, Amazon Prime, BBC iPlayer, a lot of good stuff on that.
Absolutely.
YouTube, as mentioned, and many more. You can choose from almost 100 different countries, and it's so easy and simple to use. Just fire up the ExpressVPN app, change your location, hit connect, and refresh the page, and the show or movie you want will magically appear.
As if by magic.
That's right.
But it's not magic, it's technology.
It's technology. You've got an excellent example, don't you, Mason, of something you can watch?
Well, everybody right now is raving about the fact that Legend of Korra is available now on Netflix.
That's right.
And I'm like, cool, I'll just check Australian Netflix, but it's not on there.
No.
It's not.
So what do you do?
Go to American Netflix.
That's right, you go to ExpressVPN, you bloody do it for yourself, mate. Don't even worry about it.
Boop. But if you're in America and you're like, but what can I watch on Australian Netflix? Australian Legend of Korra. Korra, mate.
Cora, you're drunk again, Cora.
Classic Korra.
She's just
of-
one of the boys.
This is Legend of Cobber.
Very good. You can actually use our link at expressvpn.com/weeklyplanet. You can get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. That's expressvpn.com/weeklyplanet. On with the show?
Yes, that's a heck of a deal, but on with the show.
Heck of a deal. Should we talk about Bill and or Ted's?
Yeah, let's talk about Bill and or Ted's. How about this? Here's it before we get started.
Okay.
Because when is that coming out? At the end of the month?
28th.
Okay. All right. On the count of three, prior to rewatching these,
Yes.
which was your favorite? Excellent Adventure or Bogus Journey? Oh, actually, no. How about this? Before rewatching these, which one did you remember as being better? 1, 2, 3. Bogus Journey. Yeah.
Yeah.
But upon rewatching them, which is actually better? 1, 2, 3.
Bogus
Excellent
Journey.
adventure. Oh, okay, right. There we go.
Yeah, I think Bogus Journey doesn't work on its own.
No, certainly not. No.
But I enjoy Bogus Journey a lot more. So how do you want to approach this? How do you want to come at this?
Just mash them all together. Just smash them and
I
mash them.
literally just watched before we're recording this.
Yes.
We're recording on a Saturday. We're doing it a bit early. Mikey Newman over at FilmJoy did a video on the Bill and Ted's movies and how they got made. He does great video essays.
Did they start as sketch characters?
The writers did. Yeah. And then they ended up hiring Keanu Reeves and Alex Winters. And
Ed Solomon and a different guy, Chris something.
And a different guy.
Chris Matthews?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm going to get it right just for the purposes
Sure, it's
of
probably
this.
a good idea.
Let's not get the first fact wrong.
Yeah. But Bill and Ted, there was a number of casting choices. Pauly Shore was up for it at one point, which wouldn't have surprised me at all.
Uh-huh.
I guess what is distracting about the second movie in particular is how old they both are.
Chris Matheson and Ed Solomon,
Okay, there you go,
Yeah.
And again, this is just stuff that I've got my own notes, but this is just stuff from that video. He talks about how apparently because they filmed in 87, but it was released in 89.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, nobody talks like this. Like this is like,
well, like
doesn't make
the dudes in excellence, right.
But it was really the way that, because the director was like 30, he's like, no, this is kids. It's kids talk like this.
Right.
And then it became like more mainstream.
Oh,
like, dude, bro, whoa,
right.
You know what I mean? And then you got Biodome and in the army now,
That's
and
right.
Son-in-Law.
Yes.
These are Pauly Shore movies we got.
Biodome. It kicked off Kylie Minogue's acting career. Street Fighter. Probably some Australian movies.
Probably came back to Neighbours at one point for a cameo.
A Nick Cave video clip.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wild
Nice.
Rose or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Anyway, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, budget of $10 million, made 40. They didn't want to release it. They're like, this is crap. I'm not a big 80s teen comedy guy.
Sure.
Like I like your Breakfast Clubs but I don't like your Pretty in Pink and a bunch of other shit. But like this, I'm like, I'm well on board for this.
Yeah.
It's like, this is my speed, man.
Yeah.
But that being said, there are elements of it that have aged poorly.
Oh yeah, my God. That's in the first and second one, I think.
Yeah, it's in both. Yeah.
That's not held up.
But all in all, I do like it. And I like that it also probably wouldn't exist without Back to the Future. Just this weird oddball take on time, and Doctor Who, obviously.
Yeah, right,
Box as a riff on. But I feel like, without Back to the Future, you don't get here. And also, apparently the time travel thing was going to be like a van, like a Chevy van or whatever.
Oh, interesting.
And they changed it to the phone booth, which,
See, I would have felt that the entire crux of the Bill and Ted's franchise is based on the phone booth idea, and specifically the gag of it's not bigger on the inside.
Yes.
It's just a regular
if anything,
phone
it's
booth.
smaller on the inside. Yeah, absolutely. You're probably right. But so, as all things are, they go through a number of
Revisions.
Mm-hmm. I think Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves are perfect, though. They're so well suited to these roles. And I think it's also, these movies are responsible for people thinking Keanu Reeves is a dope.
Yeah, for sure. That's right.
years.
Yeah.
When he's clearly like quite intelligent and introspective.
Mm-hmm.
Not like scholarly, but he's not a moron.
Well, yeah,
and we've done episodes on his movies before and how he's good at picking things within his range and picking really interesting projects. And they're not always winners, but there's a reason he's been famous for like 40 fucking years.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we keep promoting him on our podcast.
Exactly.
That's right.
Oh, I've got the screenwriters here. Ed Solomon and Chris Matheson discovered Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves when they were messing around in the queue outside of McDonald's in front of them. So
Really?
Apparently, that's what I got. Yeah.
I was under the impression that at least one of them was an actor before.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were, but I think they were just, they were just goofing.
Okay,
one of them was in.
Hey, look, it's celebrity actors Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves. They're just goofing. They're just goofing in the line at McDonald's.
Yeah, I think it's.
You couldn't be discovered this way these days, could you?
No.
Or maybe you could because there's more space. Because if you're in a line, there's 1.5 meters
then
of
you'd
space.
have to bank on somebody like a movie producer being behind you.
That's
true.
true,
They would send out somebody for their McDonald's. They wouldn't.
That's also true. You're right. Yeah.
You haven't thought this through.
Not at all.
If I had one criticism of the Bill and Ted's case.
Hey, there's no bad ideas in spitballing for us to become famous accidentally, all right?
That's true. We've queued up in Red Rooster for hours.
That's true.
Just riffing.
Oh my God, that's right.
Like, fine, we'll do a podcast. And I guess. Do it ourselves, I guess.
Yeah. Ugh.
If I had one criticism of these characters,
Yes.
it's that they're almost
Slightly homophobic.
Slightly homophobic. But there is a loving, like, bromance to them as well. Which
Yeah,
is,
for sure.
Which is juxtaposed by that kind of. I feel like it's almost a comment of the era of like they love each other and they're soulmates, but they can't admit it. Do you
Yeah,
know what I
maybe.
mean?
Yeah,
they're
you're
the
right.
most important people in
Yeah,
their
yeah.
lives. Also, there's no Beavis and Butthead off the back of this. There's a bunch of stuff that doesn't happen off
true.
the back of these movies, including the threequel. But I think they're also entirely interchangeable. You can switch their
Oh
dialogue.
yeah, definitely.
and
Yeah. And I think that is especially in the sequel that because in the first one it's only Ted who is at risk of being sent to the military academy in
Yes.
Alaska, but in the second one there's just a party, the birthday party scene. Colonel Oates just shows up and he's like, I could take both of you to the military academy because it's like just make that the stakes of both of them. It's fine. Don't even.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, I think they're out of school, so I don't even know how that would work.
And also, there are larger stakes in the second movie in the sense that they are murdered.
Yes, they are murdered. You know what I was disappointed in?
I would be really concerned about going to military school if I had been murdered.
No, not at all. You'd be like, this is a reprieve from
I'd be
hell.
like, yeah,
From
this hell,
literal
yeah,
hell.
right?
Yeah. First, Bill's dad is dating Missy. Good joke, I guess. And then Ted in the second one. I didn't realize that Rufus is not in these at all.
Barely
He's in
at all,
2 minutes for both of these movies. It's really disappointing because I like that character a lot. And he's just he shows up and I think he's more interesting in the second one because he gets a little action set piece. And
That's true,
a
Cool gets to
reveal.
throw a guitar.
Gets to throw a guitar and what's his name from Faith No More's there? Jamie,
the guy from Faith No More.
one of the guys from. It's not Mike Patton.
Yes, if it's not Mike Patton, I'm
For years, I went thinking it was Mike Patton until I rewatched this. I'm like,
interesting.
that's not Mike Patton. I just in my head, I always thought it was Mike Patton. But yeah, I wish more Rufus was in it.
apparently in the new one he's in. There's some
Yeah.
archival footage.
That's cool.
He's gonna probably appear in a hologram
Yeah, exactly.
or a little screen.
Or as we mentioned, you want someone edgy and of the now. You get Joe Rogan to do
I was
it.
going to say Andrew Dice Clay, but all right, yes.
Yeah. You want a phone booth fact?
Yes.
The phone booth time machine was given away as a contest prize by Nintendo Power magazine when promoting the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure video game.
I played that video game.
Me too, on the Atari Lynx.
Oh, I played it on the Nintendo Entertainment
Was it a
System.
top-down?
It was like an isometric kind of, like that sort of top down.
And did you start in Egypt and there are Scarab Beetles? There might
can't
be different
remember.
games. I hated that game.
I remember
'Cause
you'd
couldn't
eat
get
like
past-
pudding cups to regain your strength.
Oh, I think it was a different game.
Okay,
I had it on
right.
the Atari Lynx. It was one of the few licensed games.
All right.
I played it a lot, even though I'm like, I hate this. Well, I never beat it.
There's a game coming out. Side note:
love
there's a game
games.
coming out soon.
Cyberpunk.
I think
Keanu
maybe,
Reeves.
maybe it's an Xbox new version Xbox or PS5 game or something like that. I think it's called Gunk, and I'm like, James would like that because it's a slime world. It's a riff on Slime World.
I never played Slime World,
well,
but
yeah.
I'm familiar with Slime World.
Nice.
If you said Chips Challenge, I'd be like, I'm all
Yeah.
I'm there, mate.
James, on the PS5, they're releasing Batman Returns for Lynx on the PS5.
Oh my God, I'm the only one who's ever beaten it. Oh, this does look good. I like the artisanal style.
Yes.
Okay, what else we got here? What else? Yeah, but also I looked into it. You can buy a replica of the phone booth.
Oh, that's right. You're saying Nintendo. So they auctioned it off, or it was a prize.
Yeah. And
What do you do with that if you win a Bill and
stand
Ted?
it and you go, look, this is the one that they wrote. They tipped it sideways and they all fitted it like a car.
Yeah. I guess you and a couple of friends get in it, squish your faces against the glass.
It's
you take
funny.
some photos, take some
It's
Polaroid
funny.
photos.
You get a bald friend to do the death
He's
behind you. It's funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
It's funny.
Yep.
You can buy a replica now for $8,495. I looked into it.
Or you can just steal a regular phone booth, find the one remaining phone booth, and just put it on the back of your truck and drive off with it. The fine is probably less than $8,500.
Almost certainly. But you wouldn't have the doors. It'd just be like a pole with a phone on it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
We didn't even talk about for people
You
who
could
don't.
build one for less than that.
For $8,000. I don't
reckon.
think so, Mason.
Maybe.
No, you definitely could. What is it? What are these about? If you haven't seen these movies, how would you sell somebody on them?
Okay, so it's a couple of dudes.
Would
They're
you
just-
sell someone on them? If you were like, check it out, if you've never seen it.
Oh, that's a good question. All right, do you think that you would need to watch these before Bill and Ted Face the Music?
Probably not.
I don't think you'd need to, and I don't think you should have to.
No, I think every movie, I guess, should stand on its own, except for the Avengers. They're all interlinked, and if you miss one, too bad.
Too bad.
Yeah, okay. No, yeah, well, because it's been so long, do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know if they still hold up.
I feel the same.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, I think for a lot of it for me, it's like, this is nostalgic and it's nice to revisit, but I'm like, this is quite quaint.
I bet
A lot of this.
if there's I bet there's probably like a 20-minute recap of each of these movies on YouTube.
Yeah.
Which would have all the jokes.
Yep.
And
Dude, whoa.
it'd really, I feel like if you cut each of these movies down to 20 minutes, you'd cut out a lot of dead air. These movies have a lot of dead air.
Even though they're only like an hour and a half long.
Yeah, I think you could cut them down to a crisp half hour.
I think that's more of the first one. I think has more. So it's a time travel movie where they have to go through history and
there are a couple of dudes with hearts of gold.
Dudes.
Couple of
I'm not really stoners. They're just your watch is like every now and then you flash me in the eye, you son of a gun. Ah!
I wish I was wearing 2 watches.
Why?
Because I'm wearing a movement watch, James.
I'm trying not to aid my face, Mason. I'm trying to stay out of the sun.
We should moisturize your eyelids.
I do.
Oh my God.
You got to put an SPF in your moisturizer.
I know, I'm aware.
That's what were you going to say?
I was going to say.
You moisturizing using SPF?
Yeah.
Good.
Every day. That's why it looks so good.
People should do it.
Yeah, I know.
No fooling, man.
No, that's right. That's how you age is the wrinkles from sun damage.
Exactly. Yeah. And worry.
Also worry. Yeah, but I don't worry about nothing because I'm a carefree dude. I'm a real Bill or Ted. I'm the Ted of this relationship, I feel. You know?
Which one's that?
Keanu Reeves.
Okay, good.
But there are a couple of dudes with hearts of gold, but they're slackers and they're not. They have to. In the first one, they've got to get an A on their history report, or they're going to go. One of them's going to go to military school, and the other one has some other vague consequences. Whatever. I don't know.
Nothing.
Yeah.
But because in the future, they are the staple of humanity, which the future of society is built upon.
Yeah, all right.
And for some reason, this is a pivotal event in time, which I'm not sure how the timeline works.
No.
Because like the
future's 700 years away.
They send back Rufus from the future to tell them if they don't do this thing, the future's going to be ruined.
Yeah.
But I guess that's a fixed point in time that he always came back and did that because why is there now like this junction in time which is happening?
James, sometimes we talk about the time travel physics of any given movie that involves time travel.
Yeah.
And we debate on whether or not it's accurate or realistic or would hold up to scrutiny of any kind. I don't think we should do that with these movies.
You're right. Well, there's a moment where he falls down the stairs in a suit of armor and then the knight stabs him, but he fell out of his armor somehow.
Right, yes.
When I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's what these are.
Yeah.
That's what these movies are.
Yeah, but and so Rufus comes back in time. He's got the time machine.
Yes.
And then Bill and Ted are like, you know what we should do in order to save the future? We should gather up various historical figures and make them do our history report for us.
Correct.
So that's what they do.
And they do. And they win because of it, don't they?
Yeah.
And
it really, in retrospect, it's a real metaphor about how your high school experience defines your future, even though it really doesn't. It shouldn't. It's a bad message for kids. That's why they shouldn't watch these movies.
Oh, bad messages.
Maybe they should include some extra footage where Carlin's like, don't even worry about it.
The future's all right.
Yeah, it's
Look
fine.
at me. I got a ponytail.
That's right. Don't look at the top of my head. Look at the back of my head. Look at the back of my head. Well, I've got a ponytail. It's a cool ponytail. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah. That is that's, it's always in movies and TVs or whatever. You got to get the big score to do the big thing and you got to get the letter to get accepted to the whatever. But it's really not the case. Most of the time you can just go online and learn whatever you need.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Often for a lot of jobs, you just need to tick a box. Like I know now if you want to be a principal of a school, which I was never going to be, but it was like you had to get your honors and masters in teaching. And I'm like, why?
Right.
Like shouldn't it be if you work in a school for 20 years, don't you think that's good enough?
It's real world experience.
Anyway, whatever.
Some jobs you don't even need to know anything. Sometimes you just open your mouth and talk.
Exactly.
It goes into a magic talking stick.
Yep.
And then into a box that's over there near you.
Yes.
And then somehow that just turns into a...
And then you've got an electric car. That's how Elon Musk did it. How does he do it?
I don't know.
He's one of the best.
Holler for them dollars.
I like him. Both of us do.
We both like him.
There's some alternate stuff that they cut out of this.
Yeah.
A bit darker. At one point in the original script, or one of...
This is the first movie.
Their first movie, they crashed both the Hindenburg and sink the Titanic.
Oh my God.
That just menaces throughout history.
I think that would... I don't know.
It's too mean. You can't...
You think it's too mean?
Yeah, because... I mean, those events in history are so far removed, it probably would have been played for laughs, but they don't hurt people.
Yeah. Look, speaking of history, I think these movies would be seen in a completely different light if those two characters had been...
Murderers?
Yeah. Even if it wasn't entirely their fault, even if they'd, they were being chased through the Titanic by a mean security guard or whatever, and they'd hit an iceberg that way, or they'd bump the steering column or whatever.
Did you enjoy the handsomeness of Billy the Kid? He's like a Bon Jovi-esque cowboy.
I did like that, yeah.
This is the real Billy the Kid.
Oh my God, look at that face.
He looks like he's already dead.
He does.
I mean, it might have been one of those things where he was dead and they took a photo of him.
Oh, yeah, mate, that's true. They prop him up sometimes,
but God damn, not a good-looking man.
No.
Yeah. He looks like he's been hit in the head with a shovel.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably has been.
Probably, yeah.
I wonder if he is dead, like genuinely in this photo. So yeah, I mean, there's some highlights in terms of the historical figures that they get. I think they've all got a fun personality.
Yep.
Like Joan of Arc doing an aerobics class is interesting. Napoleon being a horrible little monster.
Yes.
Or also apparently not short in real life. Like
Apparently, it was average height for for the time period. I enjoyed
like the mall sequence is good. I feel.
Yeah, for sure. In a rewatch, I really very much enjoyed. Bernie Casey is Mr. Ryan, a history teacher. I enjoyed his very dry delivery of like speaking of Napoleon. He's like, you described Napoleon as a short, dead dude. That was, I think it's very good.
Yeah. So there's, because I was thinking about doing these for Caravan of Garbage, and I'm kind of glad we didn't, because I don't know how much I could have done for like, like they're just kind of, they're fun kind of throwback.
Yeah.
If you've got fondness for them, you'll probably enjoy it, but I don't know if you would if.
I watched one of the Bill and Ted's TV episodes.
I tried
quite
to.
recently.
Oof.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think they're that much worse than these movies, honestly.
You don't think even the charisma isn't there? I mean, there's that element of it.
I think that Alex Winters and Keanu Reeves are worse actors in the second movie somehow. I don't know what happened.
Do you think they're playing it up more maybe?
Maybe that's it, yeah.
Before we move on to the second one, unless you've got other things to say,
Go ahead.
of course you can. I got this amazing bit of trivia from IMDb.
Okay, I'm ready.
So you know, there's a famous thing that Bill and Ted's do. They do an air guitar.
They do a little riff,
and there's an air guitar noise.
Yes.
They said they've got here is there was no playback used during filming when Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter did the air guitar gestures. The electric guitar sounds were added in post-production.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
That's movie magic right there. That's pretty good. That's great stuff.
Yeah.
I would have liked there to have been like an on-set guitar guy.
Oh,
And
right.
he plays it live. And he's there. They've not given him the script. And he's just there and he's waiting on set. He has to come in every day that Bill and Ted are there. And he just has to wait for him to do the air guitar.
You
And
need
then
two
it's like,
guys. You need two guys because they
No,
both.
he's got a double neck guitar.
Oh, thank goodness. I was going to say because they make two distinct noises. 1991, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, budget of $20 million, made 38, which is $2 million less than the other one, but
Yeah.
it did cost $20 million as opposed to $10 million. Stephen Henrik declined to return because he thought it was almost a parody of a movie that was already a parody,
Yeah, right. Okay.
which is not incorrect.
No.
You know what makes this movie for me?
What's that?
It moves a bit of more of a clip, and Death is such a good.
Oh
character
yeah,
in
William
this.
Sadler as Death.
He
Yeah, I'm glad he's coming. I'm glad he's come back
funny
for the
in
new
these
one.
movies.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Yeah. So this one, they kind of throw away the time travel mechanic.
Yes.
But in the future, Rufus's old gym teacher decides to go back in time and ruin Bill and Ted kill Bill and Ted using robots of Bill and Ted. I love that effect.
That's one. Yeah, they're tearing off their own faces. Yeah.
And they do the chest thing as well.
But some of the Bill and Ted robot effects not as good. There's a scene later where they both take their own heads off to dunk them like basketballs, and it's just
They just look like crash test dummies.
well, yeah, but it's just but the bodies themselves, just a regular man, and they put a sweater over their head, and had them duck down a little bit.
And run about. Yeah, it'd be green screen heads all the way,
That's
wouldn't
right,
it?
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I think I initially had fonder memories of the sequel just because it has bigger ideas.
Yes.
But again, time has added a wonderful golden sheen to a lot of the set pieces and the sets and the effects and all this sort of stuff. Where
Didn't you like the how like Tim Burton-esque architecture and all that kind of stuff?
kind of, but I mean also like, there's a scene set in hell and heaven. I'm like, oh yeah, it's just heaven's just a white room with like 20 people in it and they're all wearing lavender.
Yeah.
That's,
And you see heaven from like the outside and it's just like, looks like like static pictures just sliding over each other.
yeah, which is absolutely what it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
And hell's just, I guess just like a miniature rock with a chain on it.
Yeah.
And have green screen Bill and Ted onto the top of it
And
kind of
there's
thing.
a big guy in a demon suit or whatever.
Yeah.
But I like that. I think it's fun.
At the time, it blew my mind. I'm like, what is?
How are they doing this?
Yeah, and also like, they really. I went into this one expecting it to be, it's going to be more of the same. It's going to be more time travel, and it's like there's robots and murder and seances and.
You don't like that?
No, I did like it. Yeah, at the time,
that's what I think is good about it. They didn't just go, let's just go through.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and like conceptually, I'm glad they did it. But again, I'm glad in retrospect. Again, I feel like having rewatched these and then I went and rewatched the trailer for the new one that's coming out. I'm like, oh, okay, the new one is essentially going to be.
It looks more like 2 than 1.
Yeah, and it's also sort of it seems to be sort of a remix of all the best stuff of the previous 2 it's like the soft reboot. It's like
yes, there's like Hal and
we're gonna see that stuff as I guess it would have been meant to be back in the day if you know all your dreams could come true and there's an unlimited budget.
Oh, this looks even better than last time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm kind of glad that's the direction the sequel is going
I'm just going to check the budget because I think it's comparable. I think it's like 25 million for the new one.
Yeah, right. It's going to be low, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's 25 million, yeah. There's a lot more you can do, obviously.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So they get killed by the robots and then they end up in hell and then but this movie really comes alive for me is when they face off death in a series of challenges.
In Seven Seal.
Seven Seal, yeah. It's so great.
Yes.
And what makes it great is William Sadler's reaction to what's going on. They're like, 3 out of 5. And he's like, damn right. You know, there's moments like that. It's just, he's so funny.
Well,
he's so funny.
I agree. He is funny. He's the highlight of that movie, I think. Yeah. And there's a moment where he's like, I've also got a good butt. Why don't you compliment my butt?
No, if I have a
reaping burns a lot of calories.
Yes. If I have a he makes the wigs of the robots.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
If I had a
I push the cart.
Yeah. If I have a criticism, it's that William Sadler's character, when we see him in heaven from below, they're standing on glass and he's barefoot, and when they drop back down to earth, he's wearing boots.
Whoa.
Doc Martens or whatever.
Right.
I mean, maybe put them on.
Yeah, when he was falling, there was plenty of time to fall.
Yeah.
There are a lot of little jokes in these movies that I do enjoy.
Yeah.
That again, like if these were an hour long or like half an hour, I'd be like, these are so snappy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when they're on their way to hell and they're like, oh, and then they're still falling and what else are we gonna do now? And they just keep screaming because what else are you gonna do, kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know.
Well, this is originally called Bill and Ted Die and Go to Hell.
It's good.
Which I don't think would have done as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about Station, though? The introduction of Station.
I don't know if I like that character.
Why is there 2 and 1? Like, I don't see the point.
I didn't get it either.
You would together.
Yeah, I think there seem to be some elements of the second one, especially that that were stayed in from previous drafts or whatever, and never elaborated on. Like, I think if I remember correctly, I think there's a version where the evil robot Bill and Ted kill Bill and Ted at the Battle of the Bands, and then because Bill and Ted had won against death so many times, they had like chips to cash in, and they could keep coming back from the dead.
Yeah, okay.
Which I guess was taken out. I don't know.
That would have been fun.
Right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know about what Station's deal is.
I mean, he's a scientist.
And clearly, and he becomes very, in the future, he's very significant because that's like people's hello and goodbye.
Yes.
Kind of thing. But I don't know. I don't know why he's.
Yeah, wait. Well,
I think they just had 3 suits.
It seemed like they had 3 suits. I like the other robot Bill and Ted's. As a kid, I loved that.
Yeah, right.
Like these kind of clunky, like one's got like a hand dryer for a hand or whatever, that kind of thing. And I think that's
a foot dryer for a foot.
A foot dryer for a foot. I think that's fun. And remember, without this movie, there is no Dude, Where's My Car? And that
would be a crime, wouldn't it?
Exactly. I hope the robots show up.
Me too.
The new one. Wouldn't mind it. I think we're going to get a bunch of throwbacks. And it might be to the detriment of the new movie.
Maybe.
But I think this movie will be, I think it's going to be so much remember death, remember hell, remember robots, remember Rufus, remember when we do the air guitar. Yeah. People are like, well, where
and Kristen Schall's going to be in it, so that's great. I'm excited
there you go. So it's all happening, isn't it?
Yeah. How are they going to square the new one with the idea? Because at the end of Bogus Journey,
I want to talk about this. Yeah.
We get a sort of a montage of media clips and newspaper clippings and stuff where it's like they went into the future and they became they gained musical abilities and they changed the world and everything's incredible and they become super successful and they tour with Death, and then Death gets his own
he wins the Indy 500 on foot.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and he gets his own solo career, and then he's in a lip syncing scandal, and then he has to rejoin it. But again, like the end of Bogus Journey suggests that they did in fact create harmony across the whole world. But in this new version, in Face the Music, it seems like that never happened.
At that night.
Yeah.
Their career peaked.
Well, maybe that's just
maybe it's a time thing. Like somebody comes through and messes with the time.
Somebody's ruined with time. Also, something I didn't appreciate, something that I didn't really like about the Bogus Journey is that the villain wasn't really anything. Like, I know he's got a vague revenge plot.
Yeah.
But there's
Did you like the way they defeat him by like, we'll go into the future and we'll put the...
Well, see, that's also something that I think didn't work as well. In the first one, if you recall.
Yeah. The police station.
Yeah, in the first one, Bill and Ted need to get into the police station, I think. And so they need to find some keys. they need to find Ted's father's keys.
Yeah.
And so what they do is they go, well, we'll go into the future and we'll use the time. Later, we'll use the time machine to go back in time and steal your father's keys.
Yeah.
And we'll have the keys. And that feeds into, like, right at the start of the movie, the father can't find his keys.
Yes.
You know, that
Fun.
it's perfect time travel logic. But in this one, they're just like, well, we'll go into the future and we'll get you.
Yes.
And they do.
Yeah, you're right. It's not as
There's no
Yeah.
There's no
there's no build up.
There's no foreshadowing to it that you go, okay, well, perfect, makes sense. Because they disappeared for 5 minutes earlier and now they're coming back
Yeah.
and it's all worked out, you know?
Exactly.
But, you know,
Pam Grier's in it though.
she's in it, yeah.
Yeah, but it's Rufus.
It's Rufus.
Yeah. I like Rufus's future clothes, big foam clothes.
Yeah. I hate it all.
loved
So bizarre.
It was very Back to the Future too.
yeah.
That kind of situation. So yeah, I think there's going to be like someone's going to come back and mess with the timeline, or maybe it's a fever dream of theirs or something.
Yeah, maybe the all the media clippings at the end of the second one were just like what they hoped would happen,
Yeah.
but in reality it never did.
Maybe it's also at the end. It's like it's not even about a one song or whatever. It's not even.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
I think it'll be that thing as well. It's like
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
about just you. It's about family or whatever.
The second one just felt more like sketches put
Yeah,
together.
I
Like,
just-
you know, they
yeah.
possess their dads or whatever. They
Yeah.
possess the cops.
They did good impersonations.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There's a seance. So that's Ed Solomon and Chris Matheson are the men in that seance
I didn't know
sequence.
that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
there you go. Radical.
Radical, pretty radical. Right?
All in all, they made these movies.
They made these movies. You cannot deny they
You can
made.
see these movies.
That's right.
What streaming service are they on? I've got no idea.
In Australia, Bogus Journey is on Stan, and the first one you got to buy. I know, right?
And I just rented them both off something. I can't remember. One of them.
Nice.
I didn't realize one of them was on Stan. I probably should have Googled that. I think I probably searched for the first one. I don't know what I've done. What have I done?
What have you done?
Do you want me to quickly talk about Project Power?
Yes, do it.
So this is Ariel Schulman and Henry Joost on an $85 million budget. It's a Jamie Foxx movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Dominic Fishback and Machine Gun Kelly. All these big names. It's about if you take a pill and it gives you magical superhero abilities by only 5 minutes. And they're kind of few and far between. When you see it,
Yeah.
a lot of it looks really good. There's a man who's on fire, like Machine Gun Kelly becomes a dude who's on fire, and it looks amazing. And there's some good action sequences, and there's also, it seems like there are ongoing effects of if you use the pill. So there's a one guy who turns into like a Mr. Hyde-esque League of Extraordinary Gentlemen monster.
Oh, yes.
But when you see him normally, he's all like stretched out.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
You
cool.
see it like
okay.
on his neck. Because,
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so given that we are currently in superhero saturation,
Yeah.
and we probably will be for some time, how did you feel about watching this? Did it feel like, oh, it's just another superhero movie?
All the money seemed to go into the cast and it was, everything outside of that is like, it's all right.
Okay, right. So, but you were just saying the effects were good.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, sorry, what I meant to say was there's not that much of that. There's a lot of
Okay,
like,
right.
we got to go into this apartment complex and now we got to go into this warehouse.
Could you conceivably take out all the superpower stuff and replace it with just guns? Would it be about the same movie?
No, I think this is the best part of this movie is the idea.
Right.
And the
okay.
idea that this pill that they're manufacturing, they're putting it out on the street intentionally
Yeah.
so that they can trial this drug. It's basically a public trial without having to do a public trial, and then you can sell it to whoever else and whatever.
Mhm.
And Jamie Foxx is trying to get his daughter back and all these.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's all right, and it's free if you've not free.
Great.
No, Netflix. Like I'd
Put that on the poster.
recommend just giving it a look to see what's going on. But I wish it was for the budget. I'm like, this should be better,
Okay.
but it's kind of mid-tier Netflix.
What's
which is-
what's Jogo Lev up to in this? What's his deal?
He's good. Everyone's good. Like it's,
Oh, well, I mean, what's his character?
he's a cop, and he's like, I need to get these drugs off my street, but he's using his stuff to do it.
So he's like, I'm going to get this stuff off the street and into my tum.
That's right. No, but he's using it because he's like, I can't fight against these guys. Like
Yeah,
if I
right.
go into like a bank heist, I'd have no idea what I'm walking
It's
into.
a The Boys
It's
situation.
a The Boys situation, yeah.
It's a The Boys
And here's
situation.
how it is. He's basically indestructible.
Yeah, right.
And you know, he eats a pill, he sets his watch, and then and then he's got that time to tackle whatever's going on. But
Yeah.
there is clever uses of power and different things, but also you can take one and you'll freeze to death or you'll explode. Like
Oh, I
it's not
see.
necessarily like
Now in this, and I will watch it. I don't want too many spoilers, but I guess when you first time you take the pill, that's the power you have forever,
Yes.
right? Okay, right.
yeah.
Okay.
So and it's a real,
So if you explode once to death, every time you
Every
take
time
the
you
pill,
can
you'll
explode,
explode to
yeah.
death. Yeah.
yeah, but again, like if you injure yourself or like so the guy who's on fire,
Yeah.
it seems because when you see him, he's all scarred up on one side and one of his eyes is like fused shut because it seems like when the power wears off, you're still on fire.
Oh,
Do you know what I
dear,
mean?
oh,
So
dear.
so that's kind of what happened to what's been happening to him. But yeah, I wish it was better. It's not terrible, but I wish it was better than I wish, Netflix movies were better in general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
What are the best Netflix movies? Extraction? What else?
Other Netflix.
Uncut Gems.
It's a good one.
I like Defy Bloods. I like The Old Guard. I liked Marriage Story. I watched some of Eurovision Song Contest. I want to go back to that. Dolomite. It's more the action stuff, which is like
Yeah, take it or leave it.
Take it or
Exactly.
leave it,
Yeah.
yeah. so there you
Yeah, the drama stuff, the comedies, I think generally always been maybe that was a good fun one.
Yeah, El Camino I liked.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's good stuff here. But yeah, there we bloody go.
Yes.
Should we do what we reading?
We should do that. And then what we gonna read.
What we gonna read? What we gonna read? I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? What are you Westworlding? What are you reading, Mason?
I watched a movie this week. It's from 2018.
What movies?
And I had to look up the name again because it's not a very memorable name, which is unfortunate because it's a good movie. It's been recommended before. I think when we talk about Extraction, people are like, you should also watch this movie.
Money Heist?
No.
That's a TV series.
It's an Indonesian movie from 2018. It's called The Night Comes For Us. It's an Indonesian martial arts crime action epic.
They're loving some martial arts stuff over
Really
there,
good.
aren't they?
It's
Yeah.
it's got some people from The Raid and The Raid 2
Oh
in
yeah,
it.
I'm looking at the cast here. That's
And it
going
is
on.
it's action packed. Don't ask me what the plot is. I don't really know. It's not that it was particularly it wasn't particularly muddled. It's just I was not really paying attention to the plot. I was just kind of
Because you're
waiting.
looking at all the kicking and the punching.
I'm looking at all the kicking and the punching. Yeah, and it's basically involves there's some triads and they need to protect somebody needs to protect a little girl, and some people are all totally on board with the crime, and some people are like, actually, I don't like being involved in crime anymore, so I'm going to fight against this crime.
Cool.
And it's pretty grisly at times,
Yeah.
but the action is very solid.
Okay. Out of 10? 10. Wow. He's put up 10 fingers.
I did put up 10 fingers.
Incredible. So if you like, say, The Raid or like Tony Jaa stuff,
yes,
is it in that vein?
I don't think. What was the last thing I saw with Tony Jaa? And it was probably
On Back
No,
2.
it was Triple X 3.
Is it better than Triple X3?
I think it's better than Triple X3.
Wow, Mason.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
good, solid.
What's it on?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good solid stuff. Special shout out. There's an actor in this. She her name's Julie Estelle. In The Raid 2, she is a woman. I don't know if you've seen The Raid 2. There's a woman who kills a bunch of dudes in a subway car with a pair of hammers that she had in her handbag. It's
I
real
remember that
grisly.
sequence,
Well, she's in this as well. And I can only describe her as a super violent Kimmy Schmidt because that's what she looks like. And if you go to her Instagram, it's like super wholesome. Like she's just wearing beige and lazing about. But she's just murdering people with hammers and stuff. So it's
Love it.
it's real
I love
nice.
martial arts.
Yeah.
I wish I could do it, but I can't.
Yeah. There's also a guy, we talk about, Hollywood really uglies people up. There's a character in this movie. He's called White Boy Bobby.
Yes.
And he's half British and he's half Thai, I think.
Okay.
And he's like he's like this dopey kind of schlubby guy, but he's good at fighting.
Yeah.
And he's like, like a big sweaty hoodie wearing man, but he's got like a shaggy beard and he's all kind of, he's like the guy, he's like a sad guy who's past his prime, but also he kind of like, but this is his last stand because he's got to do some good in this world kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the actor who plays him is Zack Lee, and he's so handsome. Like they've just really
Did they do a good job of it?
yeah, exactly.
Where you're
yeah.
oh yeah, wow, this guy is handsome.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him.
I'm like, good job, everybody in this movie.
So is he like a lumbering kind of like?
Yeah. But in real life, not so much.
I wonder how big he is in real life.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. There we go. That sounds great.
Yeah, what have you been watching besides that thing that you just said, Project Power?
We're kicking off some Nolan movies this week.
That's true.
So for that, I read The Prestige, which we talked a
that's
little
right,
bit
yeah.
about, which I'd never read. And I don't even know if I knew that The Prestige was based on a book from the 90s, but it is, and I read it. And I enjoyed it. It's also different. Very different. Than,
Good for you.
Thank you.
Christian Bale style.
Christian Bale.
Good for you.
But also, what I started is Injustice Year Zero, which is Tom Taylor and Roge Antonio, which
Justice Year Zero, everyone's quite
everyone's
nice.
friendly and they're shaking hands.
Lois Lane, definitely alive.
Yes. So I think it's leading
Gone
up.
to a cardiologist. Heart function terrific.
All looking good.
Yep.
I think it leads up to the day of
Joker going to his cardiologist. Heart function terrific. Heart still in chest. That's what I was thinking.
what you
of when I
want.
said it before.
I thought, didn't she have like a thing
She might have, yeah.
and that so he could hear her heartbeat or something?
Maybe.
Something I can't remember. But I think it leads up to that day.
Okay.
So you see like glimpses of like, oh, Superman, you're gonna go crazy.
Okay, great.
But I'm enjoying it. And I
Okay.
think it's 2 or 3 issues that are out already.
Is it the same writer?
Same writer, I believe.
Tom
Taylor.
Tom Taylor.
I think. Did he do the other ones? I think he did.
Do you think Tom Taylor and Tom King are upset that they're two Toms? They're the two Toms.
One has to be Thomas then.
Thomas the Taylor.
Thomas the Taylor. What have we got? I'm just trying to find. Injustice is written by. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I can't find it. I'm not good at Googling today.
No.
Maybe Google's changed. Maybe it's not me.
Yeah, maybe Google's changed.
Yeah, it's Tom Taylor. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Great stuff.
Anything else that or should we do letters?
Oh,
Letters,
you know
letters?
what? Something I forgot to mention this week.
Yeah.
I didn't read it, but it was read to me.
Oh, books.
Well, the story was told
Did
to
your
me.
mum read you a book?
Yeah, my mum read me a book. Oh, actually, I did get a book this week. I mentioned that as well. But speaking of, I was on our friend Dave Warnicki's podcast, Book Cheat.
I love Dave Warnicki.
Where Dave told myself and Beck Petratus from Stupid Old Studios.
I love Beck Petratus.
The plot of the first half of the To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh my
To
goodness.
Kill a Mockingbird. And so we did that. It was great fun. I did it on Zoom from my house.
Yep.
So I didn't have to leave my house. It was pretty great. We're going to record another episode about part 2 this week. So
Yes.
it'll be 2 episodes. It'll be terrifico.
Are you in both of them?
Yeah, I'm in both of them.
Is that why you're recording both?
Yeah. Because I'm in both parts of To Kill a Mockingbird.
Which one are
Like
you?
I mentioned by name.
You're the Mockingbird.
No, it's me, mate.
You're the Mockingbird.
Nick Mason is-
Hey,
I'm in.
dickhead.
No.
You're the Mockingbird.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, shut
Hey,
up.
too good. Yeah, good stuff.
It's a good joke, I think.
But the thing that I did start reading this week is Lindsay Ellis's book, Axion's
Oh, yeah,
End,
is that good? I've heard
which I got a
it's
hard
good,
copy
yeah.
of.
Yeah.
It's good so far. I'm only like 20 pages in, but it's good. It's like
Hard copies.
yeah,
The way of the future.
it's an alien first contact story set in the year of 2007.
So there's a lot of like, remember this, but not
Not
like-
as much as you'd
but
think.
not like Ready Player
It's
One.
not beating you over the head with it.
No, because I've heard because I've seen like a lot of threads her being like, what was this particular thing like in this particular era? Like
Yeah,
there's a lot of like, what was the pre-internet lingo kind of?
Yeah, she does a lot of on Twitter. She does she will point out in her research when she encounters a common term that she can't use in an era she's writing in, like 2007.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, frenemies.
Yeah, frenemies. Doesn't it feel like things have changed a lot?
No, feels the same.
I think so. I think
No,
it feels
no, it
very
feels the
different in a
same.
lot of ways.
Yeah.
I mean, more recently, like things have like.
No, it feels the same. Like I've still got these frosted tips, you know, right?
You still wear your popped collar on your.
That's
on your-
exactly on
your
my
pastel-
3 polo shirts. Yes,
pastel polos that you wear.
yeah, that's right.
That's good stuff.
My pucker shell necklace. I'm
Yeah.
always wearing that. I bought that from the land of Pandora, as you well know.
As
Had
I
some
do.
cash on me.
That's right. Cool. Okay. 2 great things.
2 great things. I think it's going to be a good old read.
Should we do the
Yeah.
next segment?
Let's do the next segment.
Let's do the next-
People should check out Lindsay Ellis's work on. Apparently, I don't know if you've noticed this. All her because she put up. She used to be the nostalgia chick.
I
And she
remember.
put up all her old videos, and they
Yes.
keep appearing in my recommended viewing. So she's had to take them down. Apparently, they're just appearing.
Yeah.
And people are like, "Why are you saying that weird stuff? Like, why are you saying this weird? You know, why are you using not inclusive language or whatever?" And she has to be like, "It's from 12 years ago."
Yeah. Exactly.
So
yeah.
she's had to sort of take them all down now,
Yeah. Well, that's.
which is a shame. But all her
I know she
current
doesn't
stuff,
like a lot of that. Stuff
yeah, it's
anyway,
like a dark period in her life.
Yeah.
But all her regular stuff is on her regular channel, and it's all good. So if you haven't watched any of that, if you want to watch the definitive
Yeah.
take on Michael Bay's Transformers movies,
yeah.
obviously watch ours.
Which I didn't, because I watched that when they came out.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm like, I cannot watch these before we record these.
Because we'll just talk about auteur theory. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Anyway, those are really good. Anyway, should we do letters?
I think so.
Letters. The classic one was
Letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away.
I know they're here right now. We're going to do letters.
If you do want to reach the show, hashtag weeklyplanetpod on Twitter or weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com.
That is correct, James.
Do you have any Gmails for us this week?
I've got so
Nick
many
Mason?
Gmails.
I've got some tweets as also.
Look, here's an email from Julio Cervantes. It says,
Hello.
letter to my favorite podcasters. Oh, well, we'll pass this along to Do Go On, shall we?
Oh, shit.
No, it's to us. We're the favorite.
Yeah,
James,
good.
we're the favorite.
We should forward this to
Julio
Go
says,
On.
hey, guys, I'm writing from the lovely West Hollywood.
Well.
I wonder if West Hollywood is lovely. Sounds lovely.
Sounds lovely.
I am a mail carrier here, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I love the podcast and everything you do. I'm waiting to get paid to subscribe to your paid podcast. I feel that you guys have given me enough laughs and info up my butt to deserve my money. Just a small thank you for all the hard work you guys and Ben do. I listen to your pod while walking my route. It's been a bit scary working through this pandemic and being a block away from all the riots that happen here in LA. You guys always make my job a lot more enjoyable and easy. I wish you and your loved ones the best and keep up the good work. So that's from Julio.
Be careful out there, Julio. And thank you
For
the
a number of
support.
reasons. A bit of a crisis in the postal service in America
there
right now.
is.
So I hope you're doing all right over there.
That seems illegal, don't you
It
think?
seems a little bit illegal. But good on the billionaires.
Yeah,
The billionaires. They're going to win all
make
the
it
elections because
happen.
they're rich.
You can just pull
Great
up all
stuff.
the post boxes. That
Right,
seems fine.
good stuff. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you. You don't have to subscribe to
No, that's
Big
true.
Sandwich. You can. There's a new thing every week. It's a new episode of We Got This Covered. And there's the Iron Man commentary from last week. But we're going to leave this stuff
And the
up.
Book Club.
And the Boot Club, of course, which we're going to do next week is Hawkeye.
Yeah, but we'll keep it all up for a while.
Yeah, so don't stress.
Yep.
But yeah, thank you and for the very kind words. Here's a question that feeds into my second question, but it's from Jake. Oh, actually, this isn't a question. This is a statement. It says, "Hey, Mr. Sunday Movies, my brother and sister-in-law and I had a discussion of famous people who we follow. It'd be sad if we found out they died, and we decided we'd be most sad if it was you."
I saw that,
really
yeah.
appreciate
Yep.
that. That's ludicrous, but thank you very much.
I like that too because it's look, the direct quote is, "Hey, Mr. Sunday Movies, my brother and my sister-in-law had a discussion of famous people we follow that we'd be sad if we found out they died, and we decided we'd be most sad if it was you." Reply to himself, at Wikipedia Brown, that's me. It's Wikipedia Brown 2 if we're being honest here. So
I didn't see that.
No, that's
that
not
was the part that didn't interest me.
yeah,
as
of
much.
course. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for saying we're famous. We really appreciate that.
Well, here's two more letters.
That's all I want.
Here's two more letters.
Yes.
Which might be linked. This
Okay.
one's from Gabe Viana. It
Hello,
says
Gabe.
least favorite road trip activities. Dear Nick and Mason, that's us. Last week you guys read a letter from a listener who is moving 9 hours away to Colorado, and she asked about your favorite things to do on road trips. Well, the thing is, I'm also moving 9 hours away, but to Atlanta, Georgia, with someone who by then will be my wife.
Hello.
I was wondering what your least favorite things to do on a road trip are. She said she hates listening to podcasts. Hopefully she'll hear your answers when I get orcs. Put the orcs in.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's not going to get orcs?
Oh, it might get orcs based on the next letter.
Yeah. Least favorite thing.
Least favorite things. The last hour is just hellish to me. It's excruciating.
I think it's excruciating when you get somewhere and then you're in a town and you got to find a specific thing in a town. You're like, where is this fucking thing?
Yeah, right.
You're driving to a wedding in the middle of nowhere or something dumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the kids are losing their mind. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Speaking of, like last week we talked about playlists. I think if you're listening to the radio and you hit a point in the road trip where the radio station isn't playing, like the transmitter runs out and you just hit static and you're like, I've got to find a weird regional radio station now. Okay.
Boo.
I'm trying country FM.
Yes.
It's on country
Luckily
FM.
for podcasts and Spotify.
That's
and
true.
such. But also, often they cut out. There's the receptions in and out. And it's,
Oh, yeah. Like if
Depending where you
you've
are.
got one of those battery FM transmitter things, you plugged it into your phone, the batteries run out.
oh, really? I
Gotta
don't
find a
want one of those. You got one of
servo.
those, do you?
Yeah, I got one of those.
Rad. Find a server, did you say?
A servo.
Servo.
Yes.
Server station.
Server station.
That's what we call them. Petrol stations. The gas stations in the
Yes, right.
New York.
Yes.
That's what they call them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What are the worst things? I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone awful. Like being in the car
Oh,
with
yeah.
someone awful.
It's someone awful. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I remember once I went paintballing once. This is like 15 years ago. And there was a guy in the car. And we had to go over the border to New South Wales. Which
Great.
is like a 3-hour drive probably. Because you couldn't paintball in Victoria. This is great stuff that everyone needs to know.
Yeah.
But every 5 minutes the entire way, he went, woo, road trip. And he did it on the way back.
Wow.
As well.
Yeah. If anything's going to ruin a road trip with people, it's the people. The snacks, the playlist, not really relevant, but it's the people you go with. It's the realization an hour into a 4 or 5 hour trip that you don't want to be on. A trip
I'd
with
rather
this
go
person.
alone.
Yeah. And you
Or
go,
someone who will shut up.
and you go past like a train station, you're like, I could just drop them off here.
Yeah,
They could make their own way.
exactly.
But here's another email.
I'm ready.
This is from Jess Borai.
Just
Says,
Borai.
help me mildly annoy my boyfriend.
No problem.
Hi, I'm Jessica, and my boyfriend Gabe and I love this podcast. Is it the same Gabe? from the other letter? Is
What?
my question. It doesn't say.
What do we got?
Well, Gabe doesn't say the name of his girlfriend. Also, Jessica, are you surprised that at the end of this road trip you will be Gabe's wife? Is that the revelation we're going with
Especially
here?
if you don't know each other.
Yeah. I'm Jessica, and my boyfriend Gabe and I love this podcast. We refer to you as the boys.
Yeah, the boys.
And he calls me baby, just like Nick says. You know, I'm like, baby.
Is that your thing?
I invented that. It would greatly please me and slightly annoy him if you mentioned that the title of Avengers is Infinity Wars, as well as telling him that I'm the funniest person you've ever met. Oh, you've never met.
Yeah, probably.
Look, Jess, you're the funniest person we've never and ever met.
Yeah.
So
Good
on
and
you.
it is Infinity Wars, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
there's more than one wars.
There's always more than one
That battle
wars.
is being fought on multiple fronts in that movie.
Yeah.
It's on Titan, and
Yeah.
then you've got the Battle of Wakanda.
What a lot of people
Two
don't
wars.
know is most of this podcast is just people emailing in and asking us if we'd pronounce words in funny ways, and we just do it now.
That's right.
That's 90% of this podcast.
We just weave it in seamlessly.
that's right.
Don't even know.
We're excited for Tenet.
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 That's right. And Inception.
Yeah, these are all sponsored mispronunciations. That's the new because sponsorship's down all over the place. Ad
Sure.
revenue's way down. So what
Yeah.
we do is we get people to email in and give us money
Yes.
on a subscription basis, and we mispronounce words for them.
That's fine. That's no problem. We're more than happy to do it. And it also, companies love it because it gets you talking about the product. You know what I mean?
Or as I say, talking about the product.
That's what we have to say now. Yes, correct. This is Metal Eugenio.
Yeah, yes.
This is about you.
Okay.
At hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. Send us tweets. If Mason was murdered, which Sherlock would you hire to find the killer?
Oh, good question.
Cumberbatch or Downey? Now I get to decide this.
What? Not Johnny Lee Miller?
No, he's got
Wow.
these two.
All right.
Well, Johnny Lee Miller would be the obvious choice because he's the modern day.
Yes.
Sherlock, like in the modern day, would be like, "What's this smartphone? What's smart about it? Oh, I thought not." Like, shut up, idiot. You know what I mean?
I get
You
it.
know
Yeah.
how it would go.
Uh-huh.
Wait, Cumberbatch is in the modern day.
Yes, I know.
I forgot.
Here's the thing, though.
Downey can punch. He's doing kung
Can
fu.
Cumberbatch punch a little bit?
Yeah, not as much.
He fights it like a ninja once. in one
Yeah,
episode
but
or
it's not the
something.
same. And like he gets Martin Freeman to shoot his enemies.
Here's the thing, though, James. I feel like, and again, I don't get any say in this because I've been the one who's been murdered, but
That's right.
but I'm not
Now,
murdered.
as you're dying, you say, "Get this."
Yeah.
particular-
Here's the thing, though. I feel like Cumberbatch Sherlock would have already solved the murder like 1 minute in or like 30 seconds in. He'd just survey the scene and he'd be like, I'm in my mind palace. I know who did it.
Yeah, and it was me.
Yeah, it was probably you. Yeah. Yeah. Because you're still there doing the murder.
And then Martin Freeman shoots me.
Yeah.
through a window from
Yeah.
across the street.
Yes. Good. That's what we want.
I want this.
But I don't know. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Downey Sherlock would actually,
You put on a camo suit and blend into a wallpaper.
yeah, but there'd actually be some clues, I think.
Okay.
Whereas, I don't know, would you being convicted for my murder hold up in court if Cumberbatch was just like, yeah, you know,
There was chalk on your shoe, and the chalk can be found at a certain point in blah blah blah.
exactly. They'd be like, get out of here with your circumstantial
Doesn't matter.
evidence.
I'd be shot through a window by
That's
Martin
true.
Freeman. It
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
matter.
Uh-huh.
I love how this was me as well. We solved the murder.
It was definitely
And
you.
it was me.
Yeah.
Terrific stuff.
You killed me by pulling down like a shelf filled with Sherlock box sets onto my head.
Here's one from Joe Swanson 42. Hashtag Weekly Planet Pod. Hey James and Meso. There've been a lot of rumors at Marvel looking at casting Shia LaBeouf as Wolverine or Moon Knight
Or Iceman.
or Iceman. That's right. Do you think this is true? Do you think they'll cast someone good?
Oh.
I think you really roll the dice on casting Shia LaBeouf in anything.
Yep.
Especially like a Marvel Disney family corporation.
Yeah, for
The
sure.
last movie he did, which is apparently not good, he tattooed his whole chest.
That's right, yeah.
I don't know whether he'd be, marketing wise, he would be the best choice for them.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What do you think? I don't know, people are like, well, Downey Jr. was a drug addict or whatever. That was before Disney.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, would they take a chance on him? But also, he's got to be shirtless.
Yes.
So they've got to like they got to derma blend his whole body or
That's
fix
fine,
it in
they do
CG, I
that.
guess. Yeah,
They do it with
probably.
The Rock all the time and whatever.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah. I think Moon Knight would probably be good.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know.
He doesn't have what I would consider a traditional Moon Knight look,
No.
but I mean, so many.
He wears a mask.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Yeah,
wears a
and he
mask.
does. You know, he does have experience being a cabbie in a comic book movie,
Exactly.
and then one of Moon Knight's alternate identities is a cabbie. So
in a comic book movie.
So they could just use that footage. I
That's
think
right.
They use that old footage of very young Shia LaBeouf
And they just
from a
use
competing
stunt
movie
double.
companies.
Yeah. And then a
movie.
stunt double.
And a stunt double, yeah.
Exactly. Do you want him in the MCU?
I'm not against it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll get to everybody eventually.
I've definitely
so.
softened on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's clearly a good actor.
Yes.
Yeah.
But would he do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's already very rich, but I reckon he'd still do it.
Yeah. For more money.
For more money.
Holler for those dollars.
Top
Shia
10,
LaBeouf.
baby.
You don't need the money, but take the money.
Take the money.
Take that money.
I'd take the money.
I'd also take that money.
You should take the money.
I will.
I've been offered a Fortnite sponsorship. I'm thinking of doing it.
Yeah,
but then
do
I'm like,
it.
should I?
Do a dab.
Do a dab for Fortnite.
Is that what it's going to be?
I have no idea. I got to read the email properly. Often,
good.
like, if I don't respond, they're like, this is like Fortnite. This is like a big deal. I'm like, yeah, no.
Are they going to take one of your signature dances and not pay you for
That's the thing, isn't it?
it? Yeah.
Yeah. That's the
One of your
problem.
signature
the
daggy
problem
dad
with-
dances.
that's the-
Your triple Ds.
That's the problem with a lot of like these companies. It's
Yes.
like, which ones of these are awful or not? And what have they done this week? You know what I mean? I'm constantly,
Yeah.
then I'm weighing it up and like, but I get to take their money and that's good. So it's like I don't know, Fortnite. Should I do it?
Yes. We could become Fortnite guys.
I played it for like a second on my phone and then I'm like,
Irrelevant.
I
We
don't
could
understand this.
We could get avatars in Fortnite probably.
That's true.
We could DJ a set in Fortnite.
And
Remember that-
nobody's there.
remember-
Even
yeah.
a virtual event, there's nobody there.
Oh, what if they let us do a live podcast event in Fortnite?
Yeah.
That'd be so good.
Would people go? No.
I don't know.
Did you see when Ninja tried to make everybody do the that dance
The
at
floss.
New Year's or whatever? Yeah. Did you
No.
see that video? And nobody does it?
I know that there's a guy like DJ Marshmallow or something. He did a DJ set in Fortnite one time, but it was all pre-recorded because I guess you can't really stream that sort of stuff in Fortnite. So we'd have to pre-record a podcast, and then there'd be animated versions of us.
Remember the time
We're like,
that-
do your podcast dabs, everyone.
We're doing it.
We're doing, yeah.
We picked a timeless topic, so we could have recorded it.
Okay, let's say that. Okay, we have to invent our own emote
Okay.
because that's Fortnite's all about emotes, like doing the dabs and the dances or whatever. That's an emote.
Mine's the heavy sigh.
Great.
There's like an imperceptible shift in my shoulders, but you can see it. You know
Do you
what I mean?
hear the sigh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
What about you? A dab.
Yeah, dab. That's true. Yep.
It's yours.
Yeah, nice. Now I like the idea of just doing a dab.
Is that you though? Is that you to your core?
No, I've never actually really done a dab, if I'm honest with
It
you.
would be first dab.
How about this? It's a steadfast refusal to do a dab.
And who's encouraging you? Ninja. He's there and he's like, just do it
Yeah.
for money.
Yeah.
Like they're paying
and it's
you.
just I'm just crossed arms and I'm not looking happy about it. And I'm like, there's a slight head shake. I'm like, yeah.
And people are cheering.
And yeah,
To do
people are
with the
cheering,
dab?
and there's like a thought bubble appears above my head. 2 thought bubbles. One's like a big pile of cash from Epic.
Yep.
And the other is some symbol that represents my self-respect. And then I realize I don't have any self-respect, and that disappears and the money appears, and then I do a big dab. It's a very long emote. It takes like 5 to 10 minutes.
And I clap.
And then you clap.
That could be my second emote.
Anyway, they're not going to hire us.
No, they're
so.
not. All right, that's the show though, isn't it?
It is the show. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. We very
Yes.
much appreciate it. I hope everybody's doing all right. Let us know.
Yeah,
Send an
man.
email in and let us know if you're doing all right.
Yeah.
Either it's subject line, I'm doing all right, / I'm not doing all right.
It's up to you.
That's right.
But we hope you're doing all right.
I hope you're doing all right.
Yeah.
Send us fun stories of you being all right or not all right.
Yeah, but it has to be fun.
Yeah, it has to be fun. That's what I'm saying. Keep it pithy and fun, even if you're not doing all right. You have
Keep it lively. Keep it lithely.
Oh, yes.
Thank
Very
you.
good. But if you do want to do that, let us know at weeklyplanetpod, at Gmail, at Facebook, at Twitter, at Bandcamp. But thank you for subscribing. Thank you for telling a friend. Thank you for leaving a nice review, James. Do you have a nice review?
That's right. You can actually do this in-app. Whatever app you've got, give it a bloody red hot go. This is from Vic6678666. That's my phone number. Just joke. It's hashtag block Mr. Peanut. 5
Nice.
stars. You can just do it in
Nice.
app. I really could rate it in app, and it was easy. Like James said, cheers, mates. Hashtag block Mr. Peanut. Hashtag no snitches. Thank you. And this is from Juan Gully. Juan Gully says, it's time. It's time to become a more accountable person in life, to finally stop procrastinating. It's time to rate and review my favorite podcast in-app. Love the show, whether I'm on the road doing the dishes or on the road doing the dishes.
Nice.
One healthy serving of Red Hot Comic Book Movie News is always a treat. He put it as RHCBMN, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then I realized
Nice.
what it is.
Very good. Yep.
Great
Look,
stuff. Thank you for the reviews. Really helps.
Look, the biggest journey starts with the smallest step, and that small step is reviewing our podcast.
That's right. And the smallest journey also starts with a very small step, which could also be.
Teeny weeny little step.
But we're
But
doing
the
a
biggest
podcast.
journeys start with the biggest dabs.
Right on, man.
Big dab. Good work, everyone. Like I said, if you want to contact the show, please do. You can also go to planetbroadcasting.com. You can sign up to the newsletter from the great Rob Collins, as well as seeing all the podcasts on the Planet Broadcasting Network.
How does he do it?
I don't know. He's great, but he's at the Weekly Planet on Twitter and also at Raw Collins.
That's right.
I'm at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter, and on Instagram, I'm Nick Maso, NickMaseau. James, you're Mr. Sunday Movies everywhere.
I am. Check us out.
We've got the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates podcast Facebook group.
Yes.
Talking about podcasts. We talk about pop culture. It's a grand old fun time.
Grand old flag.
That's right.
Just checking if there's more news because we are recording early, so I'm like, have I missed anything?
Better get in that news, right?
I think K-pop shit is trending, and that's good.
Which we love.
Yep.
Yep, love it. Let's see. If you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies. If you would like to chuck in a buck, we would certainly appreciate that. Whatever you can spare in these fun times, or nothing at all, just keep enjoying the podcast. We like that too. You can also go to the Amazon affiliate link in our episode description. If you want to buy some stuff, have it delivered to your door through Amazon, why not go through our link somehow?
Why not?
Click the link. It's very easy.
We don't mind.
But you can also go to bigsandwich.co. Got all sorts of stuff in there, as we mentioned. All sorts of couple of commentaries. And another one on the way.
Commentaries from
all the commentaries,
there,
but a couple of fresh new ones.
Yep.
We got another one on the way, which we had a grand fun time with.
That's right. It's a good fun, hot one.
It's a good, fun, hot one.
Yes.
We got some extra podcasts. We got the Big Sandwich Classic Comic Book Club, where we talk about classic comic books. We review them at length. We've done one. We'll get another one out in the can. And our favorite podcast, we got this covered where we talk about clickbait articles. There's so many where they're running rampant. We're having a grand time with it.
No snitches.
And that's they've got some t-shirts on tpublic.com if you'd like to buy a t-shirt. Buy a big old one, snuggle up with it on the couch. I mean, put it on and then wrap it around you like a blanket.
Put it over a pillow and hug the pillow.
Yes. Pretend it's a fellow fan of the Weekly Planet podcast.
That's right.
That's right. Thank you to The Brute and The Basilisk and Rackham for all our musical themes. That's the whole podcast, I reckon.
Next week, DC FanDome.
DC FanDome, we're going to talk about it.
Unless everybody's fired.
Maybe everybody's fired.
Yeah.
But there'll be footage of Kill the Justice League, so that's cool.
That's what's important to me.
That's what's important, yeah.
Yeah, great. All right, guys, see you next week.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you real soon.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Money in the bank.
Money in the bank, baby. Woo! Holler for them dollars.
This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
I mean, if you want. It's up to you.